Hello, hello. Oh, Kurt, thank you converting your Prime sub to a Tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. Hi, welcome, welcome. Such a cozy BGM. I'm glad you guys like it. Hello, Zion. Hey guys, don't sleep, don't bed. Where? Underwear. I got coffee. Man. Thank you so much. So, what should we play? Maybe I should draw? What should I do? Cult of the Lamb or drawing? Yeah, I know. Do you guys wanna watch something and draw? I'll watch anything you do. Thank you so much. Oops. Horror games may bring your coffee to a spill state, but I'm fine with anything. Who wants to watch me draw? Okay, let's do poll. What shall I do? Drawing and YouTube. Drawing and music. Minecraft, cozy. Not Minecraft. I don't want to do Minecraft. Cult of the Lamb. Umamusume. Wait, actually, I'll remove this, then we can. Hello. Oh my god, one vote on each? Come on. Hi. Thank you. You guys, welcome back too. All of the above in that order? You need to flip a 3-sided coin. A D3 maybe? Two on drawing. Drawing is winning. Cell cam. Yes. Oh wait. Huh. Oh, that's just that's just my screen. I thought something was on the screen, but something was under the hider because there was like stuff I didn't want there. Coin flip to drawing? There's 3 people on drawing right now. Let's see the swirly swirly. Yes. Domain clash resolved. Is that Jujutsu Kaisen too? Oh, it's finishing! It's finishing! Drawing it is? Yeah, I guess. Okay, you guys want to watch YouTube or listen to music while drawing? I prefer watching YouTube. But you guys tell me. Because I might not watch the chat and YouTube at the same time. YouTube, okay. Let me open Clip Studio and like try to make it for OBS. Okay, now I can do this. Also, I believe you would enjoy Mujin's channel. Yes, I do like him. Have you guys seen the Saikuno video? You watched it? Mujin. Oh, it works like this. Okay. Wait, guys, I can't really see the chat right now. I'm trying to set it up, but there's not like a good way of doing it. I thought the Saikuno video was kinda over-exaggerated. Like, I just think the ex was a petty girl and she didn't like that she was getting cheated on and tried to cancel someone. And Mujin is maybe her friend, the ex's friend. So, yeah. It is an exaggeration though, yeah, you're right. But I wouldn't call him a predator for cheating on someone. The video before, which one was that? I think we can do it like this, yeah. When I put it on my other one, what does happen? Oh wait, I have to set up my PC, like, table to, serial cheater? Which one was the previous video? Guys, my mom is here. She's going to say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Let's say, bekle. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hello, Salma. Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello. Bye.
Bye.
İyi eğlenceler.
Thank you. She says, I'm a big fan of all of you too. Oh my god, I get so shy. I'm gonna cry. She's not here anymore. She left. Okay, what do you guys wanna watch? We can watch the Mujin one, and you tell me if he was like exaggerating a bit too much. Mama Sal's stream. She doesn't know English that well. Oh my god, the thumbnail is amazing. I'll show her later, okay? You chose the perfect timing. Concord 2? There's a Concord 2? Oh my god, Nicholas Diorio made a video on Mujin. I didn't lie, Mujin is a liar. Right, I'm not trusting Rev, says Desu. Oh, he's getting grilled for this video. Rare Mama Cell appearance? There was one about 2 streamers. Oh. Concord streamers? Oh, the girl getting killed in Escape from Tarkov? She exaggerated the situation a lot more than Mujin. You're just getting trolled in a game, like... like, that's content for you too, you know? You should be mad. High Guard? High Guard, yes, I remember that one. We can watch the High Guard video. The coming to her chat to make fun of her, it was kinda bad, yeah. And I do think he kinda flexed his partner badge. I agree with her on there. Because if you already have a way of talking, why are you coming to the chat just to show your badge? Yeah, I get you. That pissed me off too. Like, I love Mujin, but these 2 videos was not the perfect ones. It's like black and white, exactly. It's not always going to be good. It's not always going to be bad. Just like me and my drawing. Do you guys want to see my drawing? I set it all up. Yes. Okay. Okay, agree. Your drawing is good. Noticed how you didn't spell drawing? I'm joking. Ta-da! There's 3 of me now. I sent this to the Discord chat. Cute? Very nice. I'm thinking, where can I place the YouTube video? Maybe bottom left? I love how you draw your hair. Thank you. You guys wanna watch the time lapse? Can you see this? Oh, you can't. I'll send it later on Discord, okay? Facial expression is great. It's like this. Oh, I forgot her fang. Which video should you watch? This is really swirly. Yes. Polymarket asked to work with us. We exposed their scam instead. She's thinking about cookies, true. Which one should I watch? Okay, let's watch the Mujin video then. I don't care. Oh. Oh wait, I have to. Okay. This place is fine? Is this place fine for the Saikuno? We can watch Highguard too. Which one do you guys wanna pick? Should I change the category to just chatting or is there drawing one? Art. Drawing. Saikuno? Okay. Which category should I change to near? Are opinions formed by the popular YouTuber? Me. Just chatting? Okay. I need to make it kind of bigger for myself. This is fine, I think. Okay, let's start.
I've recently become obsessed with a male streamer and I feel really uncomfortable about it. This was a post made on the subreddit r/relationship
Wait,
advice.
does my mic pick it up? I feel like my mic picks up the YouTube. No, it's not covering anything for me. When I opened a little bit,
the end of 2020. What was particularly shocking here is that barely just a few days after making that initial post, he'd end up breaking up with his girlfriend. Her obsession with that streamer was that irrational. And during that time, she wasn't the only one who might have felt this way. That's because the male streamer in question here was none other than Saikuno, a name and face that had become a core memory of the COVID-19 pandemic, more specifically when everyone was locked up in their homes. In the span of less than a year, he would go from having 1,000 average viewers on Twitch to 50,000, even having a stream where he peaked at over 100,000 concurrent viewers.
I changed the 3-band equalizer.
Was his gameplay of Among Us with his friends, who happened to be very big content creators as well. Not only would he get tens of thousands of concurrent viewers on Twitch, but he would get millions upon millions of views on his YouTube channel as well. And while his rise to fame is definitely incredibly impressive, what was truly unparalleled here is his extremely high ratio of female viewers, confirmed to having been higher than any of his other content creator friends. His handsome look, his anime sounding voice, and his witty jokes made women go rabid. In fact, there was also a joke that he would turn male fans gay. But
He
what made
mused
him really
24/7?
desirable is just how socially awkward he was. He was innocent in an endearing way. He was a boy failure that needed a woman to fix him. In
No
a
way,
nutshell,
I
he
never
was this
believed that.
picture, almost allergic to other women. He just couldn't handle anything romantic. He would get too flustered. This made many of his fans want to be the one to finally fix him. But make no mistake here, this was all a perfectly crafted image that he had made for himself. He wanted you to think that he was innocent, naive, a boy failure, someone who's inexperienced in relationships and would never hurt a fly. Because in reality, behind this mirage, this illusion, there was a master manipulator, a serial cheater, and a predator. Someone who would make it a point for many years to target smaller content creators, take full advantage of the fact that he was one of the most desirable
yeah, I
men
hate
in the
them
streaming
too.
world, all while making it seem like he had no
I
experience
like
with women
Sykkuno
and
though.
that it
I didn't
just
think
might
he would
be
be
romantic.
this
They
kind
just
of
might be that
person.
special someone who can fix him. What he would somehow forget to tell them though is that he had been in a monogamous relationship since 2021. But you don't have to take my word for it, because he admits to everything in a recorded voice call with the victim herself. And on top of that, that same victim, who goes by the name of Hemamal VT, would choose to write a Google Doc that shows the entire timeline, her and Sykkuno's DMs together, as well as the DMs of another victim that actually slept with Sykkuno while being totally oblivious to the fact that he has been in a relationship since 2021. This might be one of the most impactful and longest running lies in content creation history. I want to thank the two victims in question for trusting me with this very heavy topic and for allowing me to make the first comprehensive video on it. So without further ado,
I mean, we don't know
let's
everything,
get
so
right
I guess
into
I
this
can't
mess.
say
Alright, so first off, who the hell is
who to
Sykkuno?
trust,
Well,
you
before
know?
starting his streaming career, he actually used to be a
Thank
software
God he
engineer
didn't get to
working
you.
in the Bay
Google
Area of
Docky.
California. His
It's the first time
monotonous
hearing
office life
him.
would change forever
You
though
didn't
when
know
he would
offline
meet
TV?
Lily
I used to
Peachy,
love
a
them.
well-known
Michael
content
Reeves
creator
and
who
Little
actually
Picture,
started making content
especially.
as far back as 2012. However, when they met, she was far from being the very well-known content creator that we know today. It was back during the Season 3 World Championship for League of Legends during the year of 2013, so barely a year into her content creator journey. Sykkuno would be aware of her content. He'd reach out to her and would want to meet her, seeing that they're both at the same place. Lily Pichu agreed, thinking, oh, am I about to meet a fan? That's awesome. She'd be absolutely shocked when that fan would show up with a massive bouquet of flowers. As she was about to thank him, he would run away back to his cousins. According to him, these were his only friends at the time. He was that lonely. He was simply too embarrassed to interact with her further. This interaction left a good impression on Lily Pichu, and they kept
Good
in touch
impression.
for
Not gonna lie,
years
that
to
would
come.
leave a good
In fact,
impression on
as she
me
would
too.
start her streaming journey, she'd play with her friends, and one of those friends would be Sykkuno. Her viewers would start to express interest
I
in
would
him,
fall
especially
for
seeing
it,
that
I
his voice sounded
think.
like an anime character. There was genuine demand in her community to know
I
what
wouldn't
he
be like,
looked
oh my god, he
What
is
they didn't know, though,
mommy.
was that Lily Pichu had already shown him. He was there with her when she went to Summoners Con 2015, and he was right there
Spawn
with her
himself
in her
video
vlog.
ideas
But most of the
somehow.
community were
Yes.
simply not aware of this. So seeing that there was growing demand to see what he looked
That's
like,
what's
they decided to do
terrifying
a face reveal
too.
live on Lily Pichu's
I wouldn't
stream
know about
around
it
the year
for
of
like
2019.
years. Oh wait,
You're
let me.
such a
Oh,
okay, here we go.
this is better, I
Wait, you're
think.
actually so much braver than I thought.
Only because you're here.
Alright, I'm ending stream.
Get up.
And as you can see,
That
the
was so
chat was
fake.
definitely not disappointed. In fact, Lily Pichu had such an impact on Sykkuno that she would be, well, the main reason
His
why
looks
he would start
maxing is
streaming.
too
And you can
effective
hear him say that himself.
too.
So what convinced
Wait.
you to start streaming?
Oh.
Wait guys, I need to try something.
Lily actually.
Lily, actually. Why does it Loki? Loki, now that I watch it. I mean, he wasn't my favorite in offline TV, like I said. My favorite were Macariz and Pichu, but his hair is fake. He talks like an anime dub. Wait, I'll try something in YouTube Studio. Oh. do I lock this? Item settings. How do I... Okay, this will have to be like this then. Is my hand too big like this? Oh. Oh. Okay, I locked it, I think. Oh no, I didn't. How do I move this? How do I do that? Please help. Uh, how do I do that? Whatever, dude. This is what you get. This is what you get. I'm sorry. I'm a professional VTuber. I think you need to have it on screen without attaching them to the model so that you get peek every time. It's not a litter box. My... oh my god, look at the table. Earthquake! Okay, it will have to be like this. Sorry, guys. Oops. This should work. Yeah.
And speaking of streaming, he would start doing so shortly after revealing his face on Lily Pichu's stream. He'd start at the beginning of 2019, with barely under 100 viewers, but as the months would go by, he would start to get very rapid growth. He would really start putting in serious hours by August 2019, and within just 1 year, by August 2020,
Thank you, Trashlat.
he'd be sitting at
Yippee.
8,000 average viewers, reaching a peak of 15,000. But how? Why? Well, during his streams, he would continue playing with Lily Pichu. And seeing that Lily Pichu has a lot of big content creators that she calls friends, she would introduce them to Sykkuno. It turned out that this guy was very easy to talk to. He was witty, he made jokes, and the communities of the many streamers actually enjoyed his company. All of these factors combined would be the perfect catalyst for when the quarantine season of COVID-19 would arrive. He would start to play the game Among Us with some of the biggest content creators on the planet, and within just 4 months, he would go from 8,000 average viewers all the way up to 50,000 average viewers.
If you mute your
peaking
desktop on
at
OBS,
100,000
since the
viewers
mic is
in
playing the
one
audio.
stream. He was gaining 500,000 followers.
Does it?
Span of like a year and a half, he had gone from being a mid-tier streamer to one of the biggest on the entire platform. It wasn't just Twitch though. He would be getting millions upon millions of views on his YouTube videos as well. He was killing it on every
I will make it
single
high,
platform he
and
was
then
on. And so by 2022,
it will be
when
good.
YouTube was aggressively recruiting Twitch streamers to stream on their platforms instead, offering them multi-million-dollar deals, they targeted Sykkuno, seeing that he's extremely brand friendly,
Is this fine?
has a very loyal audience, and had become a household name in such a short time. So on May 2nd, 2022, he would announce to the world
Nope.
he was moving to YouTube on a 2-year exclusive contract.
Not good.
As you can tell by the engagement, this post
Okay.
What I really want you to understand though is just how valuable he was seen by companies and platforms. Back when YouTube was aggressively recruiting talents that were on Twitch and their confidence and hubris, seeing that they completely dominated the streaming scene at the time, would never bother offering a counteroffer. On the very rare occasion that they did, it was a very big deal, and guess what? They made an exception to Sykkuno. They gave him a counteroffer higher than YouTube. Sykkuno would go back to YouTube and show them Twitch's new offer, and YouTube would offer to pay even more. His contract alone is estimated to be around
Okay.
$5 million. Sykkuno, though, also had interests in other communities, such as VTubers. In 2023, for an April Fool's joke, he would debut his first VTuber model, extending his reach to a new niche community. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because at some point he was invited
I
to
think
a
it's
call
better now
with the
because
Senator
I
Bernie Sanders alongside
lowered my
Valkyrae and
headphones.
Pokemon. And instead of showing his face, he chose to be a VTuber. This was so ridiculous
Oh,
and
I
it went
can
so
still
viral
see
that
the
he
peaking.
inadvertently kind of became a spokesperson for VTubing in one stream. I mean, God, everyone wanted a piece of that guy. You would see him everywhere, collabing with everyone. And this was partly due to his very loyal and almost rabid fan base. But it was, of course, all
Hello?
by design. You see, back in 2023, Pokemon would make the very interesting revelation that
Maybe this is
Sykkuno
good.
had the highest female demographic fan base compared to any other streamer, her included. She would compare his level of fame and the way his fans
Hello?
acted towards
Okay,
him
I
to
just worked like
K-pop
that.
idols. He simply wasn't seen like the run-of-the-mill
Yes?
Twitch streamer. No, there was definitely more to this. And one of the main reasons why this worked
I
out
think
so
this-
well is because he was seen as a boy failure. No, not the kind of guy who's unemployed and lives in a dump and smells like shit.
He's
I'm
like
talking about
anime
the
guy.
ideal boy failure. The guy who's handsome, smells nice, doesn't live in a dump, but is instead just a hopeless romantic. Someone who turns all red when you want to initiate physical contact. The most innocent, naive soul imaginable. The appeal of a boy failure isn't necessarily that he's a failure. It's the fact that he's perfect but just needs one person to fix him. And that's how a significant chunk of his fan base felt. If you've watched my channel before, then it's not too different from a girl failure that has a male audience that wants to fix her. It's the same parasocial mess. This can be very easily seen in some of the most viral fan-made videos of Sykkuno, like this one for example, sitting at over 3 million views. Sykkuno tells his trauma
Just like
about
me for
girls.
real?
Sykkuno trusts his friend, Disguised Toast, more than the girls.
We can
So
watch
this
the
guy had
Elfin
barely any
video.
romantic experience, and yet still, he had his heart
The table is
broken.
so
He needs a
funny.
woman that will fix him and tell him it'll be okay. And maybe she'll be one of his fans. If only he knew how handsome and amazingly desirable he was, though. Because he's another fan-made video. Everyone's simping for Sykkuno because who doesn't? I mean, God, if only he wasn't a boy failure and understood how smooth he was with women. But he's too naive. Because guess what? This video, sitting at over 4 million views, is titled Sykkuno being smooth with girls for 14 minutes. Yeah, I think you get the point by now, right? This image of him that was so carefully crafted would attract a very large female audience. It would also allow him to be one of the only male streamers to constantly be able to hang out with a majoritarily female friend group without him or them getting in trouble with their fan bases due to jealousy.
He screams, you
The guy
can't
was
fix
innocent,
me.
allergic to love.
You're
he
being
wouldn't
smooth
hurt
with
a
girls for
single
14
fly.
minutes,
This
so
allowed him
true.
to
Oh,
do
why
things
am I
that
there?
Other male content creators could never do. Like, dude, this is him sniffing the armpit of Fuslie at some point during a podcast when they were talking about body odor. This is how much he was trusted around women. And even though his audience was very obsessed over him, they saw him as so
Girls come,
awkward,
you should
so
do this,
incapable
yeah.
of understanding what love or social cues mean that this was fine. They didn't mind, because they were going to be the ones to fix him anyway. So it comes as no surprise that yes, some relationships literally ended over the girl's obsession over him. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if some gay relationships ended because of the same reason too. He was just that much of a sensation, and that crafted image he built around himself was just so believable and convincing. And so he'd keep on doing what he's
It
always
is
done,
though.
and after his 2-year contract with
Like,
YouTube
I
would
never
finally
think about
end
something like.
during May
Granted, I haven't been
2024, he would
thinking
make
about
his
him like
grand
every
comeback
day,
to
but
Twitch, peaking at over
I knew who he was.
26,000 viewers. However, his viewer count would slowly begin to drift. And by April 2026, he'd be sitting at 1,665 average viewers, a far cry from the peak of the pandemic back at 50,000. He'd also stopped collabing with larger content creators as much as he used to, mostly sticking
it attracts
to himself.
people like
But
that.
hell, I mean, 1,600 average viewers is still very easy to make a living off of. He had made his
Fell
millions of
off.
dollars, had this
Yeah.
incredibly obsessive fan base. As far as content creator careers go, this really wasn't so bad. The guy was a multimillionaire. What people weren't aware of, though, is that for many years since becoming a viral sensation, he would use his status as Sykkuno, as the most desirable streamer imaginable, as this K-pop idol, to pursue relationships with smaller or up-and-coming content
That's so
creators, whether
evil.
they be cosplayers or VTubers, manipulating them into thinking that they were special.
I wouldn't
all
say
in the hopes of hooking
predator,
up with
but
them
it is
and
using
while being
power,
in a monogamous relationship.
imbalances
This
for
is the
your
real
advantage.
Sykkuno. And now we
to
finally
call-
have proof.
Or click.
Hemamal VT, who I'll refer to as Mal from now on, is someone who has been making content for the last year. She occasionally streams from time to time, but also tends to post cosplays on her Twitter profile, some of them being revealing. Those revealing cosplays would catch Saikuno's attention, and he'd follow her on Valentine's Day of 2026. Within barely a few days, he would start talking about how they should move in together into the same house, all while having a girlfriend. When Mal would find out about the girlfriend, she would decide to write a Google document.
Google
The Google
Docu.
document would contain Mal's side of the story as well as Elfie Leah's side of the story. Another VTuber who, of course, also posts cosplays from
Few
time
days
to
is
time,
crazy,
which is
yeah.
why Saikuno was interested in her to begin with. She also had no idea that Saikuno had a girlfriend and would meet up with him during December 2025 in Paris when he would travel for a convention. Unlike Mal, though, she would actually end up sleeping with Saikuno, again, completely oblivious that he has a girlfriend. They would both share their stories and the DMs with Saikuno in the Google document. This document would be 32 pages long, and it would detail both of their experiences with Saikuno, leading up to the revelation of the fact that he has a girlfriend, as well as a link to the full 17-minute YouTube video in which Mal would confront Saikuno about cheating on his girlfriend with her. Here's how it would start off. On Valentine's Day of this year, I was followed on Twitter by Saikuno. I thought it was amazing that such a big content creator even knew I existed, let alone followed me on social media. He had been my role model and someone I looked up to for a long time, ever since my days in high school. However, what I learned about Saikuno after that day would make me regret my decision. Saikuno is not the kind, soft-spoken character you see on stream. He is a serial cheater, liar, and manipulator who uses his status to get what he wants from as many women as possible. More specifically, ones who are smaller or up-and-coming content creators, knowing that he can
That's
take
what you
advantage of them.
Saikuno.
After confiding in many others
Checked all
that have had
devices.
similar
You
experiences
think
with
how that
Saikuno,
always works?
I realized that this was not an
Wild
isolated
cheat.
incident. In
Wild
fact,
the
it was
whale?
something that had been going
Right?
on for multiple years. He always made sure to cover
Smaller
his tracks
women?
and never left
Stop.
a paper trail
They meant,
significant
like,
enough
smaller
for someone to make this
size
public.
content
But now,
creators.
this has all changed. These are serious allegations, and I fully understand that this should not be treated lightly. I urge all other content creators who have been personally affected by Saikuno's behavior to not remain silent, as I believe that there is strength in numbers. This document will not only include proof from me, but from another victim who has given me her consent as well. Below, you will find evidence that will expose this calculated pattern of love bombing and manipulation, as well as a recording of a voice call where he explicitly admits to all his wrongdoings, everything. Alright, so already this is one hell of an intro to the document, right? One thing I want to point out is the urging of all other content creators who have been personally affected by Saikuno to come out about this. As I had already mentioned, there are many people who were affected by his actions throughout the years. In fact, if Saikuno traveled to any expo or convention or event, then you can bet a hefty sum of money that he always had someone there who he flew out, hoping that he could bring them to his hotel room. Anyway, the next section of the document would be titled Our First
Serious
Conversation.
allegations.
After
Symboli,
Valentine's Day, I
Rudolph?
was so excited about him following me that I told a friend who then urged me to strike up a conversation. I finally worked up the courage to send him a DM, and he replied right away. So here we can see on the 15th of February, Mal would send, "Are you still looking for a Valentine's date, perhaps?" To which Saikuno would say, so innocently, "What? You can't just open up with something like that? And besides, Valentine's Day's almost over where I'm from already." To which she would reply with, "I mean, we can always do a Valentine's Day do-over, you know?" In the same first conversation, he brought up what kind of games he'd like to play and invited me to play with him after a
Like, she's
convention.
not
On the left image, we can see
completely
them discussing sleep schedules,
perfect
right?
too,
Understanding
but
what time it is for
no,
her,
there's
what
never
time
a
it is for
perfect
him.
victim.
And on the right image, we can see him say, "What games do you like to play? I'm like a massive game player. That's usually how I meet people or make friends, to be honest." In the next couple of images, we can see Saikuno talk about the game he was playing, which was Outlast Trials, saying that maybe Mal could carry him. She would agree, give him her Discord, and then wonder, "Hey, are you done soon with your stream? Because I'm getting tired." She hadn't slept all night. She was pulling an all-nighter. He'd apologize for taking so long, and then he'd say that he has a convention to go to. So after making her wait for like a few hours, he would say, "Hey, listen, can we just play tomorrow? I have a convention to go to." And they would agree, "Okay, let's play after the convention." This is what would lead us to the next section. Interest in where I live. For context, this is still the same day as the first conversation, only moved to Discord and a few hours apart since I'm EU time zone and he's US time zone. So yeah, these DMs have the timestamp of 10 a.m. EU time. The last DMs we can see on Twitter were at 9 a.m., so this is barely an hour later after they added each other. Mal would continue by saying, "Things started out innocently enough with him inquiring about fun things to do near where I live, such as aquariums and conventions. TwitchCon
Near?
EU specifically. I'd like to point out that I said we could go on a date to make up for Valentine's. He not once expressed to me any discomfort or that he wasn't single. So yeah, this is how it goes. If someone expresses interest in you, right, you typically tell them fairly quickly that you're already in a committed relationship. You don't just let things slide. Mal had no reason to think that Sykkuno was already taken. Otherwise, he would have said something after she proposed a date. He'd ask, "Did they have an aquarium? I'm a big fan of aquariums." She'd say, "There's artists in Amsterdam. Could make it a date, you know, to make up for Valentine's." He'd only reply with, "A what? Lol?" Continuing on with his innocent persona, but he'd never say, "Oh, no, actually, wait, like, I want to meet up as friends. I'm actually in a relationship." Not once. The next section will be titled, "Follow my private Instagram." He would also follow my personal private Instagram that is only available to my IRL friends and family while using his official Sykkuno account.
Welcome to the
So
Demi
you can see
Club.
an image
Yes,
of
welcome,
Sykkuno following
welcome.
her, with her personal account name being hidden since it's personal. The next section will be titled, "Making
my
plans
6-year-old
to meet me in
age
person."
dating
So
sim
bear in mind,
gameplay.
this was the next day, okay, the 16th of February. They had started talking on the 15th. He followed her on the 14th.
It is an
The document
expression
would
of
say,
intimacy and trust
"In
and
this
bond, but
2-hour Discord gaming
you can
call,
get
the
addicted
same
to
day as our
everything,
first
right?
conversation,
You can get
Sykkuno made
addicted
plans
to
meet me IRL.
emotions
It was set
and
to be the same weekend as Dokumi 23.
cruel stuff, and you want to do it over and over and over, and it doesn't matter if you do it with your wife or a random person. You just want the personal gratification, and it doesn't matter. You just want girls, or even you can get addicted to getting gratification from many girls or more girls. You know how people are, sadly. Just guys. Demisexual is when you feel sexual feelings after romance, or romance after being friends with someone. Like, they don't like love at first sight and that. Oh, the video.
26, since he was flying over anyway to attend TwitchCon EU. Going to the aquarium would be our first date. I also learned that there is a 15-year age gap between us. Right, so look, I personally spoke to the victim about this. I asked, like, would that usually have been like a red flag or a turnoff? She said yes. But the thing is, this is Sykkuno we're talking about here, right? So she made an exception, because as you saw in the intro of this document, she used to watch him in high school. She genuinely looked up to him. To say that she was starstruck was an understatement, and
How
that's
old is
exactly
he
what
actually?
he was counting on. Now, while keeping that 15-year age gap in mind, this next section definitely hits different. It's titled, "Making Plans to Move In Together." These messages would be on the 17th of February, 2 days after they
34,
started
not that bad.
It would say, "With Sykkuno, our relationship moved so incredibly fast, it almost felt like a dream. It was like you could make anything I wanted happen. And as someone as prolific and
He's
successful
anime
as
years
him,
old.
I had no reason to doubt anything he said to me." These screenshots show that Sykkuno and I were intending to adopt a cat and have me possibly
That's
move into
serious
his
stuff.
house. I told him we
This
couldn't get a
relationship.
cat yet due to me not being a
Add in
US
5
citizen
minutes.
and possibly having visa issues. Keep in mind, this conversation happened 2 days after the first conversation. So in this first image of these set of DMs, we can see them talking about pets in general, right? About how he might be allergic to certain pets, about how his current dog doesn't trigger his allergies. So they start discussing the prospect of getting a cat. Mal would say, "I mean, if I'm there anyways, we'll have to think of a name, no?" To which Sykkuno would say, "Yeah, but I don't know if I can take care of it myself." Mal would say, "Or were you just gonna name it Cat?" He'd say, "You'll have to stay to help take care of it, lol." To which she'd say, "I'm okay with
That's
that. Though I
so
don't know how that would work
weird.
with me staying there. I can't stay forever either, you know, because I'm not an American citizen, and I'll also probably have to go back as well. Because I mean, I hope at least that I can go back to studying end of this year. And like in general, everything is so expensive." And then he'd say, "Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, maybe we can get a cat together another time then. Besides, don't you already have a cat?" Which she'd say, "Yeah, but they're my dad's. Also, did you finally order the food?" And he'd say, "Oh, I see. So you wouldn't have to bring them if you just moved somewhere." To which she'd say, "No, I guess not though. I'd miss them so much, so I'd definitely have to get new pets." So barely a couple days after speaking to each other, Sykkuno's out here
Getting new
discussing
pets
getting
because
a
you
pet
miss your
together,
pets.
taking care of it, raising it together,
Weird.
and looking into the possibility of her maybe moving in together with him one day. This was as he was sharing a home
But
with
you can
his
get new
girlfriend.
pets, but
The
because
next
of
section will
that,
be titled,
I don't know. That's
"Lying
kind
about
of
being
betraying your
single and
pet,
dating
I think.
history." In this screenshot, Sykkuno said he has only
Like, just
ever had
as
one relationship
replacement,
his entire life. I would
I
eventually
accept the
find out that that was a
replacement.
lie, and that he had been dating and living in the same house as his girlfriend for years, and that I was not the only girl on the internet that he spoke to on a daily
You're gay,
basis.
sus.
So
You're
here we
gay.
can see DMs of them discussing this topic. Mal would say, "I mean, you've been in relationships before. It's not like it's your first relationship."
A lot of
Referencing what they might
and I can't offer
potentially
much
have going
about my
on.
funny
Which she'd reply with,
personality.
"I don't know, lol.
You're
I've
gay.
only like actually dated someone once and they broke up with me, so yeah, I think I'm just not very good. So
You
it's
have a
probably
lot
just
to
a me
offer
issue."
here.
To which she'd say, "Did
You're
you
a
like never
great
do anything
bachelor.
for your ex, like at all?" To which he'd say, I mean, I think I did. I don't think she thought I did. So yeah. But I mean, everyone has their own way of what they want. So it's important to be like, are you getting what you
It
want?
is
And if you're
tiring.
not, I totally understand. Mal, of course, would want to inquire as to what he was saying. Like, what do you mean you think you did? Like what? But he'd never specify, and he'd always keep it vague. Keeping up this persona that he crafted, the one that was allergic to love, that had no idea like what was going on with women. This would lead us right into the next section titled
The weird thing to talk about. I don't want to talk about it either.
Day. And these interactions
But you guys can
charged
chat.
with
I
flirting
can
and
read
suggestive
them.
topics. I would send him suggestive pictures and audios, and he would confirm that he'd touch himself to them.
Ew.
Additionally, he'd always act flustered and inexperienced, keeping up the illusion of his on-stream innocent persona. We'd also regularly talk about date ideas and things we'd like to do together in the future when we'd be
I get having a character for your on-screen personality, but you're talking to someone in DMs and
we also called almost
like,
every single day, even after
I don't
he'd
know,
stream
it's
for
time to
over
be
8
real, I think.
hours. We talk and play games regularly. One thing I'd noticed is that every time we called and when he spoke, he'd be whispering and never fully use his voice. His excuse was that it's because he was tired after a long stream, and I didn't really find that to be suspicious.
He is the
Using your
character.
voice for
Yeah,
8
I didn't
hours in a
zoom in.
row does exhaust it after all. I now realize that he was quiet because his girlfriend lived with him and he didn't want her to hear. So in this first set of DMs, we can see them discussing things to watch together. Sykkuno saying, let's watch something. Mal would say we should. He would say, let's watch a cooked Netflix dating show because those are funny, or both. And Mal would say we should. And do you also want to play games like Helldivers or Overwatch or etc.? In the next image, we can see them discussing the spicy audio that she sent him at some point. He'd say, you do too. She would say, yeah, like in that audio recording I sent you, to which he would act flustered over and say, huh? Oh my God. Well, yes, you really sounded cute in that too. Which she would say,
never
did you
read
ever
this.
re-listen to it, or only that once? In the next screenshot, we can see them discussing going on a gym date. Mal expressed to him how much she enjoys going to work out at the gym, and so Sykkuno would inquire about what a gym date looks like. This is when they discuss it more. In the next two set of DMs, we can see them talking about more spicy
Seriously though, what
topics.
do you do
Mal
at a
would
gym
say,
date?
You get flustered so easily. And then
Like, I
Sykkuno
get
would say,
maybe
because
bouldering could
I've
be a
never done
date,
like
but
this kind of thing before, lol. To which she would say,
won't you
"And
do
you don't
separate
like it?"
sets?
He'd continue saying, which is crazy
You
because
watch
I'm
each
older than
other?
you, but like I haven't really dated much, so. And then Mal would say, so? You have me now. He'd reply with, my XP bar is low, but no, I
Oh my
do
God,
it.
that's
I've
so
never
weird.
gotten something like this
You
before.
obviously
Yes, I
dated
like it.
people
It's so
you're
good. I can't
for
wait to
and
use
online
it later.
content
As
created
in,
that's
I
has like
can't
millions
wait
of
to grill my
followers.
sausage to it later, whatever she sent. To which she would reply with, you know, I've kind of wondered if you've ever touched yourself while watching what I
Wait,
send you.
with gym
To which she'd
boys?
say, what? Why would you wonder that? She'd say, well, because they're spicy pictures and videos. Of course, I wonder if you put them to use. And then he'd say, I'll definitely put this one to use. She'd say, so you've never done so before? And then he would say, maybe in all caps, with a flustered sweating emoji. This is when she'd put her foot down and say, I want a yes or no. And then he would say, yes, of course I have. How could I not? Overall, these DMs were a balance of spicy and wholesome, just like what you'd expect when two people are romantically interested in each other, saying goodnight to each other, inquiring on their health. He'd compliment her on her appearance. She'd say, I love getting compliments from you. Good morning, handsome. What are you up to? But this romantic interest wouldn't just be expressed with words. No, for Sykkuno, he'd make sure to express it financially, too. This is what would lead us to the next section.
And now
titled
I get her.
Sugar Daddy. Less than a month later, Sykkuno would randomly ask for my PayPal account in DMs. He'd then waste no time in sending me money unprompted, something that I'd later realize was simply a behavioral pattern that he'd employ with women he'd express interest in. I want to reiterate that I have never asked him for his money, and he did this of his own volition. He bought me both a gym jacket, linked below, and Resident Evil 9, because I had expressed interest in that game. Here we can see two payments, the first one sent on the 28th of February 2026, 81 euros, and the second one being 200 euros on the 5th of March 2026.
Yes, I can
The
understand me
sender
wanting
was
to
the
for
business,
real. Sykkuno, where
Sykkuno.
are
He
you?
innocently asked for her PayPal username on the 28th of February.
The
He'd start
feeling
off the
of that,
conversation with,
yeah.
"Ah, you still aren't asleep
So they
either?"
can
To which
give
she'd say, I
another
fell asleep, woke up again
kind
because
of
I'm having trouble
money
sleeping. He would then
payback,
say, oh, well,
no?
good morning. And what's your PayPal so I can buy you games later? She'd say, huh? Straight to the point.
That's
Jesus,
just
I need to
your
update my
stream
email
that
to my PayPal
no.
because it's my old name from before I rebranded. When he would send her
I'm
money
still
for a
playing
gym
it for
jacket, at some point
paying
she'd
for
say,
every
want me to send it
nine.
back? To which he'd say, no, I wanted you to get a nice gym vest, lol. Especially because it seems like you're really passionate about working out, so I thought it'd be nice. And then you can remember me when you're wearing it. I thought it was a cute idea. She'd buy one, she'd wear it, she'd send it to him, and she'd say, I wore it with the green set because I know how much you like green. She'd also make a tweet on her account while
Wait, I
wearing
like
it,
green.
saying, this gym jacket is
Why is
literally
he
so
looking?
comfy, the muscle mommy arc will be real. So up until this point, this was Mal's experience with Sykkuno. The next section is titled A Calculated Pattern of Love Bombing and Manipulation. And this is where we talk about Elphilia.
Took my face, but not my personality.
After
If he
speaking
took
to
your
Elphilia a few
personality,
days
be
ago,
very
we were
base.
able to corroborate our experiences with Saikuno and learned that we were both victims of this. We had no idea that he was talking to both of us at the same time. Saikuno is known to send hundreds of dollars to the girls he wants to get involved with. This screenshot is from when he took my friend Elphilia to Paris during the 2025 TFT tournament, along with sending her 500 euros to help her move
What's
into
a
her new
TFT
apartment.
tournament?
You can clearly see that this was sent
I
from his
haven't got a
business
league
email's
tournament,
PayPal
but
account.
TFT,
So unlike
come
the
on.
other image that was supplied by Mal, here we can clearly see this is Saikuno at hotmail.com sending her all this money. A substantial amount, around 1,550 euros, all under his business email. Here are the DMs in which we can see that he
Is it
offered to
more
pay
like
for her
that?
flight to TFT Paris, as well as all the food and hotel fees there, pretty much taking care of her financially during the entire trip. So this starts off as far back as April 2025, with Saikuno telling Elphilia, I'm probably going to Paris later this year for sure, I'm not sure on TwitchCon yet, I'm afraid I don't know enough people. He'd say, you should come to Paris when I go to it, is it close? To which she'd say, Paris is pretty easy to go to, yeah, since it's in the European Union. He'd say, you better hang out then when I go there. She'd reply with, I'll have to see because I know nothing and no one there and it's
What's this,
expensive. To which she would
no,
say,
I think
I'll
not.
pay for it, don't worry. She'd say, whoa, really? You do that? And then he'd say, yeah, of course. And all the food. She'd of course be ecstatic about this and say, you'd have to deal with my annoying ass though. And he would say, but you gotta choose places to eat, like the restaurants. And she'd say, deal. One day later, he'd reiterate, you're fine, you never have to pay for anything, don't worry, lol. How much is the flight usually from Netherlands to Paris and back? Because she lived in the Netherlands at the time. I think I'm going for like a TFT tournament or something like that. On the 10th of December
Only milfs in
2025, we can see her saying,
200
I'm boarding
meters.
now, see you soon, to which he would reply
What
with,
milf
see
sounds
you
like
soon,
HFS?
you have the hotel info, right? Since they were going to share a room.
Be right back,
This brings us to
okay.
the next section titled Elphilia's Experience. Elphilia would talk to Saikuno on and off for the span of 5 years. During that time, she had absolutely no idea that he had a girlfriend in the 5 years that she had known him, and on and off flirted with him. Anytime she would bring up the topic of his love life, he would give the response of playing too many games and not going out enough to meet women to date. So bear in mind, she knew him since like 2021, back when he was like the most desired man on the entirety of Twitch or the streaming space. And even with all that flirting, he never once mentioned the relationship he's been in since 2021. So this was in the beginning of
crazy.
his relationship as well. So in this next set of DMs, we can see Elphilia saying, also, I have a question for you. Why are you single? Like, how? To which he'd say, huh? That's a crazy question, lol. I think it's a combination of like playing too many games. To which she'd say, why crazy? Why is it a crazy question? The guy was desired by anyone. Even after his viewership had fallen down a little bit, he could still DM anyone and get them to date him. It didn't make sense. The document would say, same calculated behavior and patterns, using his nerdy gamer boy facade to lure women into a false narrative. In this next set of DMs, Elphilia would be saying, you're cute. You're this sweet to all girls, or am I just lucky? To which he'd say, wah, lol, only to the ones I think are cool. So as we can see, Elphilia is just starstruck. She can't believe this. She feels so lucky that Saikuno, the guy who's desired by everyone, is giving her attention out of anyone else in the world. This is the effect he had on people, and he knew this. And just like with Mal, he would follow her personal Instagram with his official Saikuno Instagram page. It's genuinely like a deja vu to what he did with Mal. Like, it's the same patterns. The guy had a playbook, and he knew how to put it to use.
Yep,
The document
that's
will
great.
continue. Here is proof
I'm
that
such a
Saikuno
gamer,
was in
hehe.
Paris for the TFT event around this time too, directly from his Twitter. So here you can see this was posted around the 13th of December 2025 when he was in Paris. And this first tweet
He's
on the
real
left,
at the
we can
gaming
see
part,
him
but
taking an
he
image
wasn't
of Lily Peach, who was
alone,
also
though. He's
there, as well as
LARPing.
him retweeting one of TFT's tweets saying, ultimate bragging rights have been secured at the TFT Paris Open. This is them announcing that Saikuno's team had won, confirming that he was indeed there. The next page of the document would show us a set of DMs between Saikuno and Elphilia. The date would be the 3rd of March, 2026. So this would be 3 months after they had met up and hooked up. And this would be as he was talking with Mal. He'd say, oh my god, I was playing World of Warcraft, I saw this player, it reminded me of you. That's because that
Oh my god,
player
I
had a
was talking to
similar
this other
looking
girl.
name.
I mean,
She'd
World
say,
of
oh, you
Warcraft.
got reminded of me? That's cute. To which he'd say, of course. Oh, I was gonna ask, were you planning on going to like Offkai or anything like that? That's a VTuber Expo, right? To which she would say, I
Lorenzi,
wish, but
welcome.
unfortunately I can't. My rent is now 800 euros per month and I'm living fully
Craziest
off of my
pickup line
savings,
in
so
the
I canceled
world.
all my travels for the year.
I
The
mean, not.
document would say, to add even more salt to the wound, after Elphilia's Paris trip, and 2 weeks after he had started talking to me, saying things like how he wants to move in with me and such, he would message Elphilia asking her if she'll be at Offkai. This is proof that he'd be talking to more than one woman at the same time. planning a hookup for every event he went to. He was doing this while giving me the impression that he wanted something long-term, and all while also having a girlfriend since 2021. Elphilia and I weren't friends until I found out that he was cheating on his girlfriend. This is when we both got in contact with each other and shared our stories. She deserves the world. The section would end with both Sykkuno and Elphilia talking about random topics, and then at the end of this DM chain, we can see Sykkuno saying, "How was your day?" To which she would reply with, "Awful. Spent the whole day crying. Crying right now. Why do some men cheat? I'll never understand." The document points out that this is ironic, seeing that Sykkuno is a cheater himself. So as you can see, when these two women spoke to each other and shared their stories, they were shocked. Shocked to know that they were being used so casually, and shocked to know that this man was in a relationship. But how is it that he did this for years with no consequences? How is it that there are many Elphilias and Mals out there with no one saying a thing? Well, they kind of did, which is what the next section is all about. It's titled Rumors and Broken Friendships. As I mentioned in the intro, no one made a public statement before because they never had sufficient evidence. Sykkuno would always talk about the most explicit and sensitive topics in voice calls or in person, never leaving a paper
that's
trail.
crazy.
This was all intentional. Rumors still managed to spread. Many content creators, both big and small, would vent to their friends about his behavior. Behind the scenes for many, he'd be known as a predator who regularly took advantage of smaller and or vulnerable content creators. The reason why Sykkuno would abruptly stop hanging out with certain people throughout the years is because of this predatory behavior. However, he'd managed to keep enough influential friends around him to legitimize his position in the space, especially seeing that many of those friends were women who would have normally stood in solidarity with any sort of victim, making it seem like he was safe enough to trust because they trusted him enough to be a friend. As Elphilia spoke with Sykkuno, she'd tell him about rumors that she had heard from someone else, about how Sykkuno had a roster of readily available women, and how they all coincidentally were smaller content creators who wouldn't dare touch him if something went wrong. Elphilia, of course, didn't believe this. After all, Sykkuno had a calculated pattern that worked perfectly in his favor. His innocent, naive demeanor wouldn't dare hurt a fly, so why would he hurt me? So here we can see DMs between Elphilia and Sykkuno. She would start this off with saying, "I don't know, he said he dislikes you," referencing a friend of hers, and that you only go for girls that are small so you can manipulate them with your shy persona. Yet he is doing that to my friend right now. To which Sykkuno would say, "Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think that's true, but I guess people will say stuff random. I'm confused as to these people who think I'm going for them. I haven't really done that. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, like I said before, people who know me will know me.
If only he had a person that
he
he had a relationship with
exactly.
4 years who would probably wouldn't mind intimacy.
Small creators and they'll never expose you. If you ever need proof of anything, I have receipts, just in case he tries anything funny." Sykkuno would say, "Oh, I feel like the way VTubers are, they would love to try and expose bigger streamers. They love drama, lol. But it's not true, so I think it's fine. I don't need receipts or anything, it's fine. But I thought he was chill. I'm kind of sad he was so angry." Elphilia would say, "I know, just making sure you stay safe no matter what, love." Sykkuno would continue saying, "I mean, why is he bringing up so much anyway, though?" To which she'd say, "He's jealous of you. I'm just playing League with him, and he brought you up out of the blue." To which he'd say, "I don't think there's much to be jealous of, lol. But hopefully he feels better soon." And Elphilia ends this by saying, "He said you hurt 5 of his friends, apparently." So this was on the 22nd of December after they had met IRL, and Elphilia had no reason to doubt him, right? She still had no idea that he had a girlfriend since 2021. This is why she was still so readily siding with him. And speaking of cheating, this is what would lead us to the section, Sykkuno's girlfriend. The coincidence that would lead me to finding out the truth about Sykkuno happened last week. A popular male VTuber tried to slide into my DMs to presumably get in my pants, and when I rejected him, he immediately started to mention nasty rumors about Bao. Out of concern for her, I reached out to a mod who then connected me with Bao. The 3 of us struck up a conversation when I mentioned I was nervous about a date I was going on. They asked me who it was. When I said my date was with Sykkuno, they immediately told me not to go on the date for my own personal safety. Bao told me that at the end of March, Sykkuno's girlfriend reached out to her regarding a controversial tweet Bao made last year in 2025. She asked Bao if it was true that the tweet was about Sykkuno. So this tweet in question, right, if you were on Twitter back in October 2025, you would have probably seen it. It went absolutely viral, and it simply just said, "If you're an up-and-coming female content creator with a small but growing audience and a much larger and successful male content creator approaches you out of nowhere and showers you with attention on stream, in DMs, etc., don't walk, run." To 99% of people, this was Bao giving smaller content creators very well needed advice. In reality though, this was a subtweet directly referencing Sykkuno's behavior. Because the document would continue, they called, as in Bao and Saikuna's girlfriend, and Bao explained to her that other women had confided in her about similar experiences with him. She described a pattern of behavior where he targeted small female content creators and pressured them into having sex with him. Bao
guys,
then
look,
offered
look.
to connect her with these other victims so they
I'll
could
do
share their
magic
experiences
now.
with her directly, as she felt it was important to hear them firsthand. This was all discussed during a Discord call. And so here we can see a DM sent by Saikuno's girlfriend on March 24, 2026 to Bao, saying, "Hey Bao, I'm sorry to bother you with this, but I heard something
Other one?
recently that was a bit concerning and I thought I would just come ask you about it. I heard that there was possibly an instance of Saikuno trying to get VTuber girls up to his hotel room to drink with them, and that the tweet you made about being cautious of large male streamers showering you with gifts and attention was about him, in regards to him doing it to one of your friends?" You know, before we get back to the document, this actually reminds me of this one tweet that was posted on Twitter back in October 21st, 2025 during TwitchCon North America, where an innocent fan came across Saikuno in the lobby of a hotel at 2 a.m.
Oh.
One can only wonder what he was doing there. But as you can see, rumors are very easy to spread once you spot
Wow,
someone in the hotel
magic.
lobby at 2
Yes.
The document would continue. Bao told me that 3 days before I contacted her and her mod, Saikuno and his girlfriend were trying to reconcile after Saikuno somehow managed to convince her that it was all a huge misunderstanding. She had no clue that I, as well as many other girls, still existed in Saikuno's romantic and sexual life. Bao and her mod would put me in a group chat with Saikuno's girlfriend where I would share all the screenshots you see above. She was rightfully horrified and left the group chat because she couldn't stomach reading them. This is where
Oh
we
my
can
God,
see
that's so
DMs in the group
sad.
chat from Saikuno's girlfriend saying, "I have lived with him for over 2 years. We have been together since 2021. And on top of that, everything he's planning with you are things we have planned together and talk about and have done. I'm sorry." At this point, I wouldn't be able to imagine what I would feel if I was in Mal's shoes or anyone else's shoes that Saikuno had taken advantage of. In fact, I can't imagine being his girlfriend, hearing these rumors about someone I lived with in the same home and finding out about it this way, even after he managed to convince me that him sleeping with someone back in December 2025 was a misunderstanding. It's horrifying. This would all lead us to the final section of this document, titled "To All of Saikuno's Victims." Ever since Saikuno's viral breakout during the pandemic lockdowns of 2020 when he played Among Us, he has always carefully curated every aspect of his behavior on stream and with friends. An innocent, romantically inexperienced boy failure who looks like an anime character and sounds like one too. This perfectly curated image would attract a large audience of women, with a lot of them openly professing how attracted they are to him. He soaked in the praise and never sought to limit the most extreme aspects of his community because it made him more desirable. He understood this, and would use this curated image, as well as his legitimacy in the content creation space thanks to his followers and famous friends, to seek out any attractive cosplayers and or content creators that were small enough to be starstruck by his grand presence. It would work most of the time, as he'd use the same calculated pattern that he used with me and Elphilia to lure them in, and eventually fly them out to the next convention or event that
That's
he
so
went to
convenient,
with the
yes.
goal of
It
hooking
looked
up.
like...
What
Oh,
these
hi
many
Ray,
women
thank
didn't
you.
know, though,
I'll
is that
drink
he'd
coffee for
always
now.
lie about the fact that he's single, that behind the scenes he had a neglected and depressed girlfriend that he'd been with since 2021 and who has lived with him since 2024 in the same house. I implore the many other victims to come out about their experiences with this predator, and I end this document with a recording of Saikuno in which he admits to everything, especially with how he cheated on his girlfriend with my friend and was intending to do that with me as well. For context, this was shortly after I had messaged his girlfriend about his cheating.
Oh.
30 minutes later, he would ask if I was free for a call. As his girlfriend was crying downstairs, he somehow chose to prioritize someone that he barely met 2 months ago. She's referring to herself. I pointed this out during the call. Here's the link. So the link isn't here right now, but obviously it will be by the time this video comes out. It's okay though, because I have the video. And if you're wondering why you should watch it here, well, it's because Saikuno's voice is so damn low. The guy was whispering as if someone was after him with a gun. They could barely tell what he's saying. I actually bothered to add subtitles. This whole recording is 17 minutes long, and as the document stated, he pretty much admits to everything. Watch.
Hello.
Thomas.
Hello.
So,
Well, pretty much know most of it.
yeah, like what?
Oh, there.
Know what?
No, you can tell me.
Okay. Well, wasn't very honest.
Oh.
About single.
About what? You have to speak up a little bit. Your mic's cutting out.
Sorry, always happens. About being single, and I just wanted to tell you how everything happened.
Uh-huh. You're still gonna have to speak up a little bit, by the way. You're still cutting out a lot.
Sorry. You know how I talk quietly.
Yeah, but you never talk this quietly.
I'm sad.
It's the
Doesn't-
actions of your... Well, it's the
Even when I
consequences of your
pin
own
it, it
actions, I
doesn't move.
suppose.
Wait.
I know.
Mm,
So basically, I was in a very happy relationship.
doesn't sound like it, but sure.
Well, let me finish. I
Continue.
was in a very happy relationship a long time ago.
Long time ago. What, like
And then-
2021?
I don't know the exact time, honestly, but a long time ago. Then
Oh, why was I red there?
it got a lot less happy.
How so?
I don't fully know. She just stopped hanging out with me that much, and
Stop hanging out with you. She lives with you.
yeah, I mean,
You're gonna have to speak up. I can't hear a single sentence that comes out of your mouth. You there?
yes, I'm here.
Okay, I'm just asking because you went quiet.
Anyway, so I was very, very happy,
Mm-hmm.
and at some point it wasn't so happy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly when, but like we stopped spending time together. We hadn't done it together for years.
Or what? I couldn't hear that part.
I said we hadn't done anything together for like years,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just very sad and alone. Didn't feel wanted at all.
Mm-hmm. So you slept with Alfie in Paris.
Yeah.
And then you flirted with me. And were telling me how you wanted me to come visit you in Vegas, and how you wanted to go on a date, and how you were serious about me, and how you really meant it, and how you wanted to go get a cat together.
You recording ASMR?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, little
Why?
comedian
Why
dog
didn't you
spawn?
just break off the relationship?
How do you
then?
live with someone and do something to nothing for years? Like,
Because
yeah, how do
It was a
you not
combination.
realize?
remembering how it was, some part of me hoping it would go back to that, and
Well, obviously it's not gonna go back to that if you're actively cheating on her. It's only gonna get worse. I think that's really on you, bud. And I know you're
Yeah.
smarter than that.
I'm not.
I mean, for fuck's sake, you're a 34-year-old man. Yes, you are. Stop acting like you're a child.
Don't think that's what I'm acting like, but
I mean, you say you're not smarter than that, but you are. You're a 34-year-old man. You just chose to do it. You knew damn well in the back of your head that it wasn't gonna end up well.
yeah. But it's complicated.
It's really not.
So-
Cheating is just bad. She hasn't done anything to ask for it to be cheated on. It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, but she relied on me to take care of a lot of things, and I still cared about her.
Okay, that doesn't mean that you do that because you wanted to, not because she was like holding it against you or forcing you to.
No.
Exactly. So there's still no excuse for you to cheat on her.
Not saying there was one. Just explaining why it happened.
The only reason why it happened is because you just chose to do it.
Oh.
I don't know why you decided to lie to me, because you know damn fucking well that lying especially is like a big thing I do not tolerate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was fine about
First
the Alfie
now.
thing, because I was like, okay, he didn't know me before that, right? But then I find out you've had a girlfriend this entire time. Do you realize how fucked up
50.
that is? Because not only were you...
Watch
'cause,
subtitles.
Sure, you didn't lead
There's
Alfie
no
on. Alfie
subtitles,
acknowledges that you
sorry.
didn't lead her on, right? Because I've talked to Alfie. I'm
He's just
friends with
saying, yeah. Sorry.
her. I've been friends with her before I even met you.
Oh, morning.
Okay.
Hello,
like,
Walker. Thank you for the
She acknowledges
subscription
that you
and
didn't lead her on.
congrats
You
on
led
being
me on, though.
subscribed for 2 months. Welcome, welcome.
You did leave me on though.
Yeah.
You
Well-
gave me all these fancy ass promises about, oh, we're gonna go on a date when you come visit here. What, so you could cheat on your girlfriend again? So you could sleep with me so you could cheat on your girlfriend again?
That wasn't
What were you
what I
intending with that?
wanted. Well, I thought it was going to be over.
But what?
Like I thought that was gonna be the end of that.
The end of what?
My previous relationship.
You were gonna break up with so you could date me, or what?
Well, like I said, it'd been a long time where like we hadn't spent time together. Hadn't done anything in years.
Mm-hmm.
And in my head, I thought that was
Are you watching?
at
Guys,
some point.
Saikuno being scared and cheating on a lot of girls while having a 5-year relationship. And I'm drawing. Oh. Me. Hello. You like my drawing, guys? Turn up the other person like? Yeah, he's speaking low on purpose because he's living with a 5-year-old relationship while he's talking to the girl he's cheating on her with. Nice hair type? It's my hair. Yes, yes. Still. Also, I'm drinking coffee.
Be over.
What? I couldn't hear you.
I said, I thought that meant that was going to be like the end of it.
So you were already moving on before you even broke up with her? Were you intending to break up with her, or were you just waiting for her to break up with you?
No, I don't know. It was
So-
just a really weird
I
mix
just
of like,
want to understand this. So what was your intention with me? Like where was I in this whole thing? Like, were you intending to date me after her? Like, were you intending to just ditch to go date me?
Zombies hidden? Yeah, it's behind me.
I mean, I guess for me, it
It's
felt
like
it was
here.
already-
See, wait, it's like here.
Oh,
But that's not what I asked. I'm talking about me.
Can do this.
uh,
Actually, now I want to
yeah,
draw the
that's
hand.
kind of what I was thinking.
You were thinking to just ditch her and then date me. What, were you gonna do the same thing to me? I'm sorry, but like, you're not really selling this whole relationship thing really well. If this is the type of relationship you uphold.
It's fine. I'm not trying to sell it.
I can tell.
Just trying to explain what's going on.
Yeah. The thing is, if I never reached out to Bao, because I didn't even reach out to Bao about you, right? I reached out to Bao about because he's lied behind my back to a bunch of people, and I was not okay with that. And then started lying about Bao. That's when I reached out to Bao. I became friends with her roommate, and then I was talking with a little bit back and forth, and then you came up in a topic,
Yes, why would she
and then she
tell
told me
this
you had a
to
girlfriend,
like Kuno and then
and that
answer it?
your girlfriend has been venting to Bao this entire time about how you gaslight her into staying. You make her
my God,
feel
she
bad
knows.
anytime that she like wanted to leave because you cheated on her, and she knew that you cheated on her. She just didn't know who. Because you never told her that it was Elfie, you just told her that you cheated on her in Paris. I think. I don't know
Oh,
if you told her, but I knew she knew.
oh, I see now. Yeah, they're like this. Look,
Yeah, I did tell her.
Why go through all this trouble?
Because didn't know how to
I mean, for God's sake, if the only thing why you even stayed with her is because she relied on me for a lot of things, you can afford to take care of her for a little bit before she gets back onto her her feet. Like, at least don't put her through the trouble of like telling her like, oh, like I'm still gonna be with you, like telling her that you're still her boyfriend while actively cheating on her every single day.
That's so
yeah, I mean,
sad
you're,
for
you're
the
right. I should have just
girlfriend.
said how I felt.
Like, you could have just deadass.
My
If the
eyes
only thing that
and
you were
Sal
concerned
are
about is the
glued
fact that
together
she
too.
relied on you for things, you could have
Good.
just supported her until she got back onto her feet, so she could support herself. You know?
And it wasn't just that.
Then what
I
else?
think
And
somehow
what
hoping it
else?
would
Truly,
go
it
back
becomes
to
something new every time.
Well, I also already told you, cheating is not going to make it go back to how it used to be.
It's a lot easier to say that when
It's the truth. It's the harsh truth. Nothing is going to go back the same way that it was if you're going to cheat on someone actively.
Truly, yep.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm going to change.
You're going to change what?
That's it. Everything.
What do you mean that's it?
Just gonna change that.
You're going to stay with her?
You're right.
Because honest to God, I feel like the poor girl's been through enough. I don't think you should have to sit there and keep doing this to her. Because I was in a group chat with her while you were on stream. And this girl's absolutely f***ing distraught because of the shit that you've done to her. The shit that you've put her through. Like, genuinely. Do you know how much that fucks someone up? Like, you already cheated on her once, and she decided to trust you still. She decided to stay with you, despite the fact that you already had cheated on her and admitted to it.
Admitted to it? I thought
And what do you
he
go do?
manipulated
You go onto
her.
Twitter and go find the next girl to flirt with.
Yup.
Like, if anything, honest to God, I'm not even mad at this point. I'm just disappointed. I'm really disappointed.
That's the worst thing.
Yep.
That
That's
someone is
fair.
disappointed.
Because she's been crying to Bao about it. Bao's been sitting there, like, comforting this girl, trying to tell her, hey, maybe you should leave him. Because this isn't okay. This really isn't okay. You're putting this girl through mental strain. Every single day. That you continue to be with her. While you're sitting there having fun playing with your friends.
This Mal girl is
You saw
really
Honest right now,
strong.
Thomas.
I changed my mind. Like, I wouldn't be able to hold my tears during if I ever did something.
So you think
So you think we will be together still?
you
Bruh.
might be right.
Yeah. Like, if it is money that she doesn't have, or if it's a job, or if it's family, or
I
blah blah
already
blah blah.
gave her a lot.
Yeah, well, there, exactly. Just
Didn't
help
even
her
hear
back
him
on
there.
her feet until she can support herself, and then just leave the girl alone. Because she deserves better than that. Because you cannot sit there and be like, I love her, but do all of this shit to her, and continue to let her stay in that situation.
Well, one part of that wasn't true.
One part of it wasn't true.
What?
I love her.
I mean, I think the feelings faded.
Well, then you should just let her go. Instead of just sitting her there, wasting her time.
Okay, well, anyway.
And also, why'd you get on a call with me when she's, right now, she's upset?
Yeah,
I know
like
she lives
your
with me.
girlfriend of 5 years is crying in the living room and you go to the bathroom
Yeah, you should be
to
there
chat
to,
with
Whether
the
I'm
girl
going to
you're
talk to
cheating
you
her
first.
with.
you should be there to
Crazy.
comfort her. She's the one that you cheated on.
Yup.
going to be doing that. I just
Going to the back room?
wanted to settle this first.
I don't
This is
know.
not settled. I'm
VC is barely holding
beyond
in,
upset with
yeah.
you.
But she's still
Like,
really strong. I
genuinely
would
beyond
never
upset
be
with you.
able to talk to him.
I mean, that's fine.
I mean,
settle
it
then,
would be
dude. Like,
better than talking to the fucking girl instead of her.
that's it. Like,
Not, I didn't mean to call her a fucking
What's
girl,
it?
but you know what I mean.
probably
I
never
don't mean to.
talking again.
You and me?
Yes.
What? Why?
Some balls to say that.
Is that not why?
What is why? I'm still upset with you, but you didn't cheat on me.
You cheated
You
on
can
her,
still
that's right.
Talk to me and be like, make up for your actions. Don't get me wrong, because I always am there for second chances. But I never will forgive you for cheating on her. That's that. There are a lot of girls that are upset with you, by the way, because Alfie's not the only one that has hit me up.
Yeah, that sounds like you've heard things.
Yeah, and you lied to me a lot about that too. A lot. Because how big was the roster again?
I don't think I ever had one of those.
I mean, maybe not at the same time, but you sure do hop around.
Suppose so.
Yeah.
Buster is great. Yep. Where
All I
is
care about right
Mir?
now is that he's okay. Keep me updated on that.
I don't know if that's a possibility.
You can keep me updated on how she's doing. You can keep me updated on when she moves out, because I don't think she should be living with you anymore.
I don't think you need me to do that.
I mean, yeah, I care about her. Like,
yeah, she can do that.
True. I'll just reach out to her then. But, yeah, no, just...
She was asking if they were
Like-
gonna still be together. Now she's asking not to talk.
Go talk to her. She needs you right now.
While the moment he should be comforting, Rita is literally.
Okay. Oh, bye.
And even
Bye, Thomas.
up.
Shortly after the call, the last thing Mal would ever say to Saikuno would be, "I'm beyond disappointed in you." So look, according to Mal, there are countless other victims. It is completely up to them on whether they want to come out with their side of the story or not. For now though, we can confirm at least 2 different people that were completely misled by him as he cheated on his girlfriend so comfortably. In those 2 instances, we can see him also using the same playbook, the same tactics. Sending them money, making them feel special, following their personal Instagram, wanting to meet ASAP, to hook up, everything. And I think one thing that personally struck me was how only 30 minutes after his girlfriend found out about his cheating and probably confronted him, he chose to run upstairs and prioritize Mal, someone he met 2 months ago, all while his girlfriend was crying downstairs, gutted, heartbroken. There's a reason people say with great power comes great responsibility, because once you have this power that Saikuno possessed, you can so easily take advantage of others. So as a content creator, you have a very clear choice, and unfortunately, Saikuno decided to be the worst person possible. I wish all the victims in this travesty the absolute best, and I also encourage them to speak out. When it rains, it pours. And right now, the first drop has hit the ground. Saikuno and anyone else who seeks to take advantage of their position need to be held accountable. And for anyone who grew up watching him during quarantine who looked up to him, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, ruining whatever ideal image you had of him in your head. In any case, if more victims decide to speak out, then I will most likely stream me reading all of them on my channel later on. For the time being though, please, if a larger content creator reaches out to you, even if you don't make content, please always be extremely skeptical and know that they probably don't see you as the most special person in the world. They've probably done this to many others already. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I really, really appreciate it. If you want a healthy alternative to an energy drink, then definitely use the code MUJIN at GamerSubs for 10% off. And if you want exclusive content like high quality art and
You finally remember? Wait.
Suko, who's a VTuber, saying that Saikuno disrespected my physical boundaries and clearly has a disregard for consent in general. He's one of the most powerful men in streaming, and he used that power to take advantage of women who thought they could trust him. I was still a teenager when he targeted me. We don't know what the exact age of that is. That was brought up in the
Mr.
last
Beast, please
discussion.
give me money.
Teenager could mean up to 19. We don't know. She hasn't really
Gamer
given
stops.
much more
Yay.
specifications on that. But
I
there's
need
been
them.
some
I was just
speculations from
drinking
fans
coffee.
who do watch her, who
Do they taste
have
good? I never
seen a
had
lot
them
of
because
her
we don't have it here.
streams in the past where she did talk, like she was breaking down on stream, allegedly. And basically she was breaking down on stream and she was talking about being in an unsafe situation once with not much more details. But people are kind of connecting the dots. They're like, oh, she was probably talking about this. And they're, you know how people are, they go back in VODs and they try to look for clues, so that's happening right now. XUC calls out Pokemon, Valkyrie, and Lily Pichu for looking like they agreed Saikuno is a predator after saying they were disappointed. Oh.
Feels like the news were cheating and predator. Two things. When people just say disappointed or whatever, it feels like they agree or they acknowledge all the accusations. And the what they say is disappointed. Well, no, you cannot just do that.
I can't take
like,
XQC seriously.
These people that have been commenting about
The way he
are
talks is
more
too
friends
funny.
with Saikuno with a 9. Chat, I'm not even friends with Saikuno. Like, we barely talk. We talk when we play games. Like, we're like a cheating and predator. When people just say disappointed or whatever, it feels like they agree or they acknowledge all the accusations. What they say is disappointed. Well, no, guys. Okay, I'm gonna say something.
Okay, I'll say something.
They've been commenting about it. Are more friends with Saikuno with a 9. Chat, I'm not even friends with Saikuno. Like,
okay, I'm gonna say that all these people commenting about it are more friends with Saikuno than mine.
We talk when we play games. We're like almost strictly on stream. We're like barely friends in real life. If that makes sense.
He says we're like barely friends in real life, if that makes sense.
They're all more friends.
Yeah, she has to translate him.
Why are the people that are close to him having takes that green light dog shit labels that damage him severely? And I'm the outsider.
That's right.
The voice of
Excuse
reason say,
right
guys,
here. He's
I don't
not
think
a
he's
predator
per
per
It's
se.
fucking awful. Like, it's just kind of lame. Like.
I mean, you say he's the only one that's saying he's not a predator. Honestly, I think Exit is doing a lot of assumptions here. Saying you're disappointed with somebody doesn't
But we
mean
don't
that
know
you're
everything,
greenlighting
guys.
all of
We
the
don't know
accusations
everything.
against him. It just means you're disappointed. It's like one of the safest thing you could say, I guess. And also, for being in that position where people force you to speak out on,
Oh yeah,
you know,
player, right?
when your friends are into controversies. And also, I have like a lot of friends from a lot of different circles. It's a difficult position to be in. Like you defend them, they call you biased anyways. And if you speak out against them, they're like, well, you're a bad friend. But I mean,
Yes,
most
that's
people
so
would
crazy.
speak behind the scenes, right? Like if I disagree with what a friend is done or is saying, I would talk to them behind the scenes about how I view the situation. I wouldn't make it a public spectacle.
Yes, she's
But
so
that's
right.
just me.
This
So
is Rima
carrot
even
clip
star, by the way.
kind of shocked me at the end, and you'll see
We are
why.
better friends in real life. I'm not even close to Saikuno, guys.
They're
Chat,
pretty
chat.
damn it. I think
Just guys,
I
get
don't really have much to add to this that isn't
Hello, Nier.
super
Hello, Zion.
already out there. Overall, the only thing I really want to say is that I really don't condone cheating. I fucking hate it. I really am. Everyone's talked about how they're disappointed with him. I feel like stacking that makes no fucking sense. Am most concerned about essentially his girlfriend as well as Lily. I actually feel really bad for them as well as any of the girls who've come out and spoken up about it. Please not attack any of those people, and those are the people I am thinking about the most right now. But yeah, I'm super disappointed in what happened. I am not personally talking.
Yeah, isn't this like the fourth time in the friend group? Like there was like Albert Lee, who was accused of being a home wrecker, but I'm not going to lie, I do not remember the details of that Fusli story. And then there was Fedmeister. Yeah, Fedmeister. Also, that guy basically disappeared off the face of the earth after these accusations, no?
This, like, you know, in the last couple of days. I usually, whenever something big like this happens, I have a snap reaction and I always tell myself 24 hours. How do you feel about it then? Usually try not to make a statement before then. If I do, really fucking short. 24 hours later, shocked he has a fucking girlfriend. Fucking been around this guy for 7 years. Never.
Okay, that's crazy though. Like,
Yeah.
that is crazy. You've known somebody for 7 years and you never knew he had a girlfriend. He says that
Or
when
5
something
years,
comes
dude.
out, he waits 24 hours before saying something to see how he'll feel about it in 24 hours. That's very smart. I also use this strategy and I do recommend it to a lot of other people. Like, sometimes you kind of just want to make a statement or clarify things. And then I'm like, I don't want to act on emotions. Emotions are running high right now. I'll wait 24 hours, or I give myself like a timeline, like maybe in a week. And if in a week I still want to make that statement, then I'll do it. And most of the time it kind of just passes and I'm like, it's a waste of time.
That was crazy.
Or
I
fight.
usually don't have much to say about situations like these. I'll say a little bit more because I am a little bit closer to this situation than others. I know an okay amount of YouTubers. I talk to a lot of them, and I am friends with a lot of them. So I reached out yesterday to some of them and asked about the situation. I'd heard in the past that like, hey, Saikiro did some stuff and people don't like him in here and there. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Sure, that doesn't really matter. I thought
the thing is, there's so much drama in the content creator sphere that at one point you kind of just check out of everything. So I kind of
That could be
get
true.
him
I
not
wouldn't
wanting to
know.
look into it further.
My only
Like,
content
you're
creator
just
friends
like,
are
because then you have to look into
Princess
like
Hamster,
everyone that you know's
Raccoon.
drama,
Oh,
and you don't
do
know
not
who's
pass.
lying, who's not lying. And then the other person
Yeah.
will tell you, no, that's not true. I explained this. So you don't even know where to start. So at one point I'm just like, just keep me out of everything. Just fuck it. It's also tiresome.
it was like he's not like, I don't
Oh,
know.
she's doing. I
Maybe
haven't seen her on
he didn't
Twitch
treat
in a good
some
while,
people
or
correctly or something. I
Discord.
never asked for details, and honestly, no one would tell me the details because I'm really close to him, and of course, no one's gonna fucking tell me anything, right? But it is just a disappointing situation. I think if you want to do anything about it, just yeah, I guess talk to. I'm most annoyed by like people sending Lily death threats and stuff like that.
That's the part that I wanted to show you guys from watching this clip. That part is crazy. Why do you guys think people are sending Lily Pichu death threats? Like, I don't understand this part. Why is Lily
Mod
Pichu
pack?
getting
Yes,
death
you
threats?
did
Who's
need a
sending
mod
her
pack.
death threats? That's insane.
I am not.
Why
here to
doesn't
get
the
the guy
Discord work?
canceled or anything,
Like
but it is
Drama
definitely
moment?
one of those situations where I feel really bad for the people involved.
Oh, because Lily made Saikuno. Oh, that's crazy.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
You think he'll still be friends
like,
with him?
how
I
could
don't
she
know.
have known?
Realistically,
It's
I don't deserve like
4 or
you guys
5
don't
years
deserve
ago.
the answer to that. I will figure it out. But like as of right now, I'm not very much interested in hanging out or interacting with him. It is what it is.
Bubble 2.
You guys don't get you guys don't get that answer, if that makes sense. A little bit too parasocial of a question.
You can use it without cooldowns now, guys.
But yeah, I've yet to talk to him.
Oh,
Usually
is it
I always talk to the
seriously?
person. I'm sure I'll find the time to talk to him at some point.
I
in the next
removed the
week or
cooldown.
so.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say.
Do that.
I mean, honestly,
Oh,
pretty
it's
fair
sincerely.
take from Scara.
Oh,
yeah, so
I
this,
read that. Why did
Saikuno
I
account
act like I didn't read
closed,
it?
Probably one of his fans. I mean, for his fans, this is a huge shock because I mean, I do feel like a lot of people commenting on the topic of Saikuno aren't actually fans. We did have some fans in chat, and they were like, "Wow, I've never expected this from him." Like I said earlier, it rings very similar to the Vox Akuma situation. This
I
one
don't
is
know about
funny
that.
because of the comment section. It made me laugh.
His girlfriend, he could have simply dated his girlfriend that he lived with and not lied to her for 5 years. Like brother, chat, explain how this comment addresses this comment. I mean, generally, explain.
No, you'd actually like. I just actually
Wait,
see
I'm gonna read it. How to go from viral start. If he can only date people that are as or more famous than he is, then who could he have dated during his peak era? There were 0 creators that qualify for that. Please clarify. His girlfriend? He could have simply dated his girlfriend that he lived with. I get what SQC means here. So, Mujin says, the bow comment, he says that if a huge male creator is going after you when you're a small creator or not a creator, be wary, be careful. Doesn't say literally run away. Yeah, is romance a fucking power scaling? Exactly. Like she's just saying that there is a situation where you should be careful of because there are power dynamics at play. And he already has a girlfriend. And that's what Mujin is trying to say. Like, he already has a girlfriend. He could have just dated her and not go after smaller creators. I get what they're saying, but XQC would, of course, be like, you're not addressing my comment. Because Mujin is answering it in a convoluted way. Because the question he's asking is actually that why is he cheating? There's already a girlfriend. That's the tweet I mentioned earlier? Oh. The Angirl? What? Girlfriend?
He did address your comment. It's your comment that was badly worded, XQC.
How this addresses
Yeah, it
that,
was badly
it
worded
doesn't.
because this
It's
guy
too-
can barely,
XQC
like,
left the comment, if he
get
can only
words
date people
out.
that are as or more famous than he is, then who could he have dated during his peak era? There were 0 creators that qualify for that. Please clarify. And Mujin replied, his girlfriend. He could have simply dated his girlfriend that he lived with. If XQC wanted to make the argument that it's not a predator because he wasn't preying on them, because he basically has no choice.
Oh, if she explained it already, I wouldn't have stopped this guy, sorry.
To flirt with content creators that are smaller than him. I think
You joined?
if
What
I'm using
happened?
my XQC translator,
The
this
Minecraft
is what
server?
XQC wanted to say, but he didn't.
Oh, you
he
downloaded
didn't
it.
word it well
Nice.
in his comment. So, like,
You need to add
so
some
Mujin
other
responded
mods
to
as
it
well.
Like, well, who did you want him to date? He says his girlfriend. Like, he's responding directly to your comment.
Complete different talking points. Okay. This speaks about the problems that he found in the dating pool, right? And this speaks about the cheating. Okay. Now let's say he had did all of
That's
this,
so
but
big.
instead of talking to 2 girls.
No, guy
Wait,
with
wait,
many
sorry,
names.
guys.
Like, predator is for people who go only after underage. Anything else is just ruining the word for actual predator victims. No, predator doesn't actually mean that. Like, a gacha game could use predatory practices. You could say loot boxes are a predatory
Yeah, that's true.
practice against children. The word predator is not.
That's true. I
it's
guess
not
I agree with
PDF
Mujin now.
file.
I
Sexual
didn't think about
predator is
this.
somebody
I
who goes
only
after
thought about the
underage children. Now,
meaning that
the
it goes
nuance
after
here
like
is that on the
minors.
internet, when you hear predator, you assume it's sexual predator. And the wording on Mal's Google document should have been clear enough to avoid this kind of confusion. I think
Can
she
you
should
send
have
a
titled
Discord?
her Google Doc
Can you send a
something
screenshot
like
to the Discord?
something virtue signaling like my truth.
You can still
or
join. You can
finally
still join.
coming
It's
out.
different for me
one
too.
of those vague Google Docy titles that people do.
Internet uses a lot for that. Yeah, that's right. Wait, let me open the window, guys.
Title
A bit
them
hot.
like title our videos with like clickbaity words. Like, she titled her Google Doc like it was a drama video. Like, and she literally titled it like it was a Rima Even Star video, like a long form video. Yeah, my experience.
He spoke to 10. Whoa. Fuck it. Let's round those numbers up. He's talking to 20, sending $50 or what? 20 of them. Fuck it. But he didn't have a girlfriend, right? Then the dating pool problem still applies. Because if this guy is so worried about the dating pool
he's
problem
talking so
and
much
the
about
dynamics
semantics.
of power, he would be also appalled that 20 small creators are being talked to by a bigger creator. Then the problem is still there. So how does this attack this? It doesn't. That's the answer. Don't look too far, chat. It absolutely fucking doesn't. So this guy's just send out business. You're a glazer. You're a hyper glazer. Like, buddy,
make that 21 girls.
You spent
because
probably weeks working on this video behind the scenes, and the release of that video recently with them, right? That is coordinated. You coordinated this like a master of the orchestra. They edited the video of about an hour, which I assume is probably at least 5 days, maybe 10 days of editing and retouching and reviewing.
No, Mujin makes his videos super fast. He makes his videos super fast. I think he can make this video in a couple hours.
So you did all that. And for what? If
He doesn't do a script. He just shotguns it.
the point is that, guys, the victim, whatever, this helps, bro.
Victim,
if
whatever,
anything,
is crazy.
The only victim is the person who got cheated on, and this doesn't fucking help anybody. This actually kind of fucks them over. Like, it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, this
I could
actually
understand that
harms
she's
people.
much more
So,
of a victim,
like,
but
this new age
the other
bullshit
girls
of
got
sexism
cheated on
where
too.
People, if you're helping somebody, if you're the victim, then you can be a fuck ass and fuck everybody over.
So the girl who made the Google Doc actually keeps, trying to add clarifications, but kind of is just making things worse. To anyone who wants to claim I wanted to get back with him, here's us also agreeing to staying just friends since he didn't give me the consistency I needed. When I said I wanted something long-term and something committed, I meant that I was giving him a second chance as my friend, but I can't be friends with someone who clearly doesn't learn from his actions. With this, I'm moving on with my life now. I'll be going back to posting as normal. Don't forget to be kind, people. This is like addressing the end tail of the recording, the part that we watched together on stream, where she kind of says, he says, okay, so we're not talking anymore. And she's like, hold up, but I believe in second chances, something along those lines. You didn't cheat on me.
Yeah, she wouldn't date him,
Yeah,
duh.
I understand that. Maybe it'll change one day, but let's just be regular friends. And if we hang out more and more and it grows into more than that, let's do that. I feel like you are ready, and it's the same as with other things. Like, I want to feel ready to reciprocate
their
the same
girlfriend with
feeling.
me, I would.
And right now, I'm not, so it feels unfair to you. And then Mal says, well, you take all the time you need for that. I've always told you that to do what you feel comfy with. But I never expected anything from you or needed it from you. I was here because I want to simply be. If you want that as just friends, then that's okay too. I might take some time for me to get a little over, because obviously I still have feelings for you. But if it's what you want, I just want you to do what you want and need. Oh, that's... Why are you agreeing to stay as friends and 2 weeks later making a Google document to try to take him down? This makes no sense. Well, her logic is that I was giving him a second chance as my friend, but I can't be friends with someone who clearly doesn't learn from his action. I mean, Hemamal was probably the weakest person to do that Google Docky on, right? Like, we discussed this last stream, but from all the people involved in this, it feels like she was the least victimized. Like, the girlfriend's evidence would have waited a ton. This is Elphilia, so she was another person that was in the Google document.
I don't know.
And I think she's being
accused think I'm as
of being
knowledgeable in these
like,
subjects
that she was
as
also cheating back then,
other people
because
talk.
people find out that she is seeing somebody right now. So she actually slept with him unaware that he was seeing somebody in Paris, according to the Google document. Some of you can't do math or read, Elphilia says. This is in response to the accusations of her cheating. The guy I've been talking to has been the only man I flirted with and been seeing after the Paris trip where she met up with Saikuno. We literally started dating after that. While we weren't in a relationship, I still loved him and still do. There was no cheating anywhere from me. I have no proof, but more than what has been shared happened to me during that, and I'm processing it all to this day. Saikuno wasn't a stranger to me. He knew everything I've been through. He knew I had been cheated on. He knew I was assaulted. He knew all the pain I went through and still acted like he cared for me, only to take advantage of that. I trusted him. I trusted his good intentions. He lied and talked badly about multiple people that are now coming out too. Okay, this guy... Do you guys remember that really cringe convo between Mal and Vanessa that I read last stream that you guys were really laughing about? And there's a ton of new soundboard bits from it on my Discord server.
Thank you.
It was a Discord convo where this chick called Vanessa was
Add in 5
exposing
minutes.
Mal for also wanting to do a Google Doc on this dude named Jojo Giosuke.
How do I fix the error I got?
Mess of a convo.
You can ask
made nobody
us on
look
Discord.
good, but it basically kind of showed that Mal has a pattern of documenting people's behavior and doing
weird.
Google documents. But anyway,
I knew that
guy
she was weird,
that
bro.
seemed that according to the two girls in the conversation, he was like lying, two-timing people. There was allegations that he was stealing money from people. Arguably worse than Saikuno, by the way, but that's a whole other story. he came out and spoke about it too. He says she did the same thing to me with recording the call, called me, and then recorded me without any consent, mind you. And when I respectfully told her what the fuck, she said, "Oh, in my country it's legal, which makes it fine." I mean, some countries are one-party consent, like mine. So apparently, Saikuno nuked his Discord server and his Twitter community. Not to be confused with his Twitter. This was also taken from a live stream. Hemomal dropped by and she provided her own context. I say some things at the end of the call that I didn't mean because I was heartbroken, but I came back on it later, which is why I brought out the doc. I didn't forgive him. I came to preach. I'm literally 20, mind you. I turned 20 when he was with Elfie in Paris last December. Here's my line because I didn't want to be bothered or something. I think this is referring to the call. I wouldn't have brought out a docky if I wanted to talk to this guy again. Kind of justifying herself here. This is Hemomal fighting with people in the comments. Use your brain and think that, I think honestly she should just stop tweeting. Use your brain and think that maybe the document was written after all of the things that are in the document. So it took you a month to realize, oh my god, he cheated on me. Oh, never mind. She says he never cheated on me. He cheated on his girlfriend and I didn't know because he was lying at the time, still saying he was single. He never cheated on me is crazy when you're a literal side chick to him. Bye. Somebody else adds, I'm sorry, but I feel disappointed by this behavior. He never cheated on me is crazy words for someone who was being used by him. Is that not some kind of cheating itself? I'm so confused by that logic. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just so shocked and she needs to stay away from him. Okay, so this is Bao adding on to the story. So Bao posted that in her Discord server. At everyone, I'm seeing some crazy misinformation because someone on TikTok used ChatGPT and it was wrong, Lamau. My only role was running girls not to get
for
involved
internet
with
drama is crazy.
Saikuno because bro was spawn camping 18 years old. I did not date him. Yeah, because some people were speculating that she was
Sal
dating
has been
him.
getting
Or was
confident
even
in the past
remotely
days.
involved with
Self-esteem
him. In
boost.
fact, I ignored the absolute shit out of him the moment I knew what he was up to. Okay, have a nice day.
Yay, I'm glad you like it,
Point
guys.
proven, you cannot read. I'll uninstall this now. See you, dumbasses. I went to Paris on December 10. I started dating a guy I fell in love with on December 26. We never officially became boyfriend and girlfriend. I just kept things polite with Saikuno because he was my friend for 5 years and told me a bunch of shit about other creators. I simply
So
didn't
you
want the
wanted
same to happen to
information
me,
from
so I behaved
him.
after finding out about his real nature. Go suck a D. So Ophelia went private after this one. I think she unprivated it now. Disguistos tweeted this and then deleted it afterward, tweeting, I get what Saikuno did was fucked up and why people are dogging on him. But watching his quote-unquote friends of years that acted close to him, used him for their own gain when he was popular, run to throw him under the bus for a few quick likes is why people say streamers are fake as fuck. I mean, TBH,
they were friends. They're gonna talk about it.
To some of these comments. So yeah, Disguistos ended up deleting that tweet, and now people, he's kind of like getting shit from both sides, where his friend group or the people in this group are mad at him for the tweet, and then people are also mad at him for deleting the tweet. People
If
are
you need to
also,
wait
I'm
for
seeing a
someone
lot
to
of
get
criticism
to
for
18,
this
then
tweet.
90%
Back when I
of the
didn't
time
realize it
you're
was sliding every
yeah.
small VTuber's DMs,
Yeah, if
including
you're not
mine.
18
I feel
as
like he
well,
got
or
off on
like
the power
around that
imbalance with
age,
small VTubers that already admired him and thought he could get away with anything
he'd
because
definitely
VTubers
go
are more
lower if it was
private.
allowed to.
Crab. So Ariasaki responded to this. I love how people are now coming out about him after this, but he was literally in your friend circle and everyone knew but kept quiet. And I'm seeing a lot of pushback on his friend circle. And Arya responded,
I mean,
almost
that's
all my
so weird
interactions
that
with
they
him were
don't know
public
about his
during
5-year
live
relationship.
gaming. Awkward and short.
That's hard
Maybe
to
instead
believe.
of being parasocial and assuming like everyone is in everyone else's business, maybe we just keep quiet, especially when it's not our story to speak on. Nuzagi wanted to come on stream. Should we get Nuzagi in the call soon? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll invite Nuzagi to come in. Hello.
Hi.
Hello?
Hi. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Let's go. Where are we? I was doing chores. I disappeared for a bit. Where are we?
Oh shit, it's 3 a.m. for you? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. My work actually starts at like 6 a.m. That's why.
Oh.
No, sorry, 5 a.m. Yeah, that's why I have to keep waking up like very, very early. But it's
okay.
fine.
So right now, I'm about to show a clip of stable Ronaldo that crashes out over Disguistos.
Who is that guy? Who is that guy? I saw like this tweet by him, and I saw he
looks like
deleted
Sid
it.
from-
Does someone know what I'm talking about? Brother deleted his tweet, I'm dead. I get why Sakuno was fucked up and why people are dogging on him.
It's
But watching
toast.
his quote-unquote friends of years that acted close to him use him for their own gain when he was popular, run to throw him under the... Yo, shut the fuck up, bro. God damn. Yo, what type of, like, community, like, defends this, or likes this shit, bro? Holy fuck, the dude is 34,
I used to watch
talking
this guy's
18-year-olds,
toast
right, or whatever the fuck,
when he used to
allegedly.
play Hearthstone.
Doing VTuber
I don't
shit,
like
bro.
this guy. I don't
he's
either.
a grown-ass man. He's
The
an
one on the
slut.
camera right now.
Holy shit, bro. I'm about to put... Is this guy on, like, sus? Like, what's going on, bro? Holy... I'm sorry.
He's a whore.
Damn!
Damn, dude,
Is
my pick! It was so funny!
He's not wrong though. He is.
He's not wrong. He is an Isla. True.
True.
Dude, I've seen a lot. What I don't like from this is that I've seen like a lot of people called all VTubers are e-whores. All VTubers are He's the only one that called the Saikuno an e-slut.
True. Holy shit. Holy
That was
shit.
fucking gold. That was so entertaining. So actually, there's a short version of what Peter Park's take on Saikuno, but lower I also have the full video of him, and he's got a pretty fair take. I think he's got some of the best takes. I mean, I can just show the clip and then we'll watch a video later.
I'm also fucking annoyed. I'm gonna be honest because this guy.
But like, he had a very long, nuanced take, and like these clips are just gonna take like it's a 48-second clip, taking it out of context.
For years would just say shit to me like, man, Peter, I hope I find something like what you and Anita have. You're so lucky. For years, he said this shit. Okay. And this guy allegedly has been like with his partner for even longer than Anita and I have been together.
That's crazy.
He just like
exposed.
He never ever to me that like he was ever in a relationship. And I don't know. Like maybe I'm not owed that information, but like it felt like with the way he portrayed himself, it was a little deceiving to me. And like this isn't even just this is like IRL too, you know? I'm also fucking annoyed. I'm gonna be
I don't know if I'm being gaslit, but I think I'm starting to believe the whole people didn't know angle. Like at first I cast doubt on that, but now it's like, wait a minute.
Wait, why didn't you believe it? Like, if you have you ever spoken to like a family lawyer? These guys get cases all the time of people living together and like people don't know what their spouses are doing behind their back.
No, I didn't think about that.
How much of a like manipulative piece of shit is he to keep that from literally everyone?
Oh, you meant
like
Nosagi, well-known VTuber
Sorry?
who spreads false BS for views and then even talks about girls behind his members.
IRL,
Oh,
though,
that's
like IRL, you would tell them, no?
Yeah, dude. I feel like it's the type of thing where
That's
you
weird.
want to hide the fact that you have a girlfriend.
I
and that's
don't
how
know any of
nobody
these.
found out.
I just want to know
how does
more
that
about
happen?
the
Like, Jesus.
drama.
I mean, I will see, I guess. Jesus Christ.
I mean, he was at the very least.
I guess I watch
a
Streamer
liar.
Even Star sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Saikuno. Boo! That's how I feel about that. I came out, I was like, brother in Christ. So would you still play games with him? I would love to see what he says.
Yeah, it would be entertaining. Like I would still talk to him for a few times to what happens to him, but I wouldn't be his
I'm
friend.
living it up. Life rocks. I touch grass. I have like in real life friends.
Jesus.
And like
Good
I
for her.
respect the people
Yeah.
in this scene.
Yeah.
Do not get me wrong. But like how am I supposed to just commit to playing games with this person when has he let out a
Drama, Frost set
statement?
them up.
Like, the thing
Drama
is,
shits
I love
pants.
I love
That's me.
accountability. No. Yeah, we'll see.
I would
like
by myself
you are
and
supposed
shit
to
my
have an
pants
opinion,
and
and
pee
I'm
my
supposed
pants
to
if I
back
was
you no
involved
matter
in
what
something
you
like that.
say. No, we love accountability.
Oh, you
I
count
think
you're
let's
married
Okay.
but don't know what your
we're all
partner
just
does
waiting to see what
online?
happens.
I
And
mean,
then
people
we
have
will
second
we'll
phones
have-
and stuff.
I'm
Rima, do
just
you
saying
think
he's
he'll make a response?
Supposedly, and the hair is another
I
layer,
doubt
or did
so.
you?
I mean, the internet's
Hair is
defending him
another
for him.
layer.
Yeah,
He
but
doesn't have to do
but, like,
anything.
Wait.
yeah, it's just that at the same time, like I feel like he has all the reason in the world to defend himself and own it. You know?
Own it? What do you mean? If
yeah,
he does
no.
make a response, like he is from like the
Thank
the
ya.
super vanilla part of the community. If he does make a response, it's gonna be
Oh,
like
you're
to
right.
his audience, and they will want accountability on the
True.
cheating and the lying.
Yeah, true. I was thinking he should double down, but like you're right. Yeah, I feel like he
Double
doesn't have the
down?
audience. Yeah,
Nah,
he doesn't.
he's not gonna
Yeah,
do
he doesn't
that.
have the audience to if he doubles down. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He feels
Damn.
really sad and probably just really like
Guys, we have
displaced,
Lebkuchen.
maybe.
I'm gonna eat
I
them
will
right
find
now.
a new safe place. You are literally the only streamer I trust at this point. Okay, how do I say this? I think that realistically, you should not trust any streamer
Hi, Jody,
for any
welcome.
reason.
Yeah.
Except us. Except
And
us.
I don't think I'm
True.
saying
That's
it
weird to
because
say.
I think I'm a bad. I actually think I'm a.
I don't
I'm
think
a
you
great
should
person. If
trust
I'm gonna be so
people
badass,
online
I think
with
that
your
morals,
relationship
my
and
morals
stuff.
Are high. But who am I to say that? You know, that's just like I could be lying.
Like the thing
Yeah,
is that
that's she's
everybody
right.
thinks
The
that their
girl on
morals are
the
high.
background is like,
I literally see the worst
There's
people
no-
on the internet
what
say they are like
was
very
that?
principled people. I'm like, but okay, so what are your principles?
True.
some things are just shareable. Yeah,
True,
there's
true,
level to this.
true.
It's like everything. It's not black and white.
In general, I always
Can be
on the
open about it,
side
yeah.
Of, it ain't my business. Not my business. I think the only generally people that are my
That's
business
true, yeah.
are me, John, Sean, Sydney. Like if anything, like those are my business. That if anything ever happens, God forbid, if anything happens to any of us three or the other three, that would be like my time. I would have to speak. You know. Peter says we know what you show us, but we don't know you. Yeah. Like
I hate
you
this fucking
know
thing.
exactly what
Me
I
too.
show you, and granted, sometimes I probably show parts of myself that are authentically me, whether intentionally or not.
What
You
did they
also
say the other?
This fucking
know
thing.
exactly what
Me
I
too.
show you. Time I would have to speak. You know. Peter says we know what you show us, but we don't know you. Yeah. Like you.
I hate.
I think that's really true. I mean, can be really authentic, but like I like to believe I'm authentic, especially because I just started streaming. It's not like I have a professional artificial personality, you know. But I still put on an promise because I want to entertain you guys. You know what I mean? If you got nothing to hide, you got nothing to fear, yeah. I'm saying that just because you're a married man that must share everything. Yeah. I don't get why they say I hate that. I think they're trying to be like, oh, I'm so real. I'm so real on the internet. I share everything and I'm so real with my personality. Like, oops.
This is work. In the same
Yeah.
way that you go to work
Yeah.
and you talk to these people, you
I hate this fucking
know
thing.
exactly what
Me
I show
too.
you. And granted, sometimes I probably show parts of
Is
myself.
preparing
that
a birthday present is different. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean, Sas. Yes. I vote yes. But you can also hide the fact that you have a second, have 20 girlfriends on. And other accounts, you can hide that. Yeah, it's just, I think you're doing like semantics. He means like hiding something that they would be angry if they knew. Yeah? 20 girlfriends is oh, it's very real. I witnessed it myself. Not on me. I wasn't the 20th girlfriend, but I have witnessed it becoming real. If you live together, you can't hide big things anyway, but you can manipulate them. That's what I'm saying. When they were talking about in the movie video, like they were talking about how they were living together for 5 years or something, like they were girlfriend and boyfriend for 5 years. I don't know how much they were living together, but he was cheating on her with multiple girls while they were living together, and they were playing video. Like if I had a partner, they were playing video games with people, I would be fine. Like, you know? But how? And then, let's say she hears something. Let's say she hears him call the girl on the PC, like, oh, you're so cute. And then he asks Saikuno, why did you call her cute? And then Saikuno can say like, oh, I just called her avatar cute. I called her outfit cute. Because she doesn't know everything. Like, that's what he's hiding and manipulating. And that's a normal thing. Yeah. They don't even care anymore. Exactly. I'm sure Saikuno just likes the fact that he has a great home and a partner that he can always come back to for affection or any other purpose. And he can also go after the girls. Feels a thrill for, you know? Become a sugar daddy or whatever. You're such a cutie cell. Oh wait, my wife is calling. I'm different, guys. I'm different. I'm very real on the internet.
Are authentically me.
Oh yeah, we're talking about a whole drama.
Whether intentionally or not, you also don't know streamers unless you know me in real life and we hang out and talk. You like all your coworkers? You hang out with all your coworkers? You know all the fuck is going on with your coworkers? You hang,
Yeah, but you can kind of like manipulate them into that it's not real and it's still hiding. Like if you're manipulating them into not believing it, then you're still hiding the fact that you're cheating. That's still a big thing. I think you can hide big things that way. They're my favorite piss tuber. You can hide things but not forever. That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't, and I think
I said the
gets
same thing as her.
money maybe, but like this is work. Literally, this is work. In the same way that you go to work and you talk to these people, and when you go to work, you put on your best face and you try to smile.
Oh, about that,
like, and you have generally
not as big as
mutual
these.
respect, but you also probably witness your coworkers doing some whack-ass things. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's crazy. That's interesting.
Yeah, you don't really care that much.
For sure, you can find a way to abuse trust. Yep.
So there's so many times where you're just like in situation where you're like, should I say something? And you're like, you know what?
Yeah, nah.
Nah.
Nah. Dude, it's like, nah, dude. It's like, don't say anything if like, it's just like,
it's not my fucking problem.
I don't like this stance because they're talking as if like if their close friend cheats someone, then they're not the one to talk, even though they have a drama channel. I don't know. I don't know if they would or not, but if something was happening, I would try to speak out, especially if I have a platform. I don't know. I guess I don't know because I am don't kill me getting discarded and displaced in the community because I said this. Oh my god, I'm getting canceled already. No. Pumpkin. Pumpkin? But on curse for. Oh, okay. Not eating.
principle if like if it doesn't if it, even if it's your friend, right, and it
Then
doesn't matter
and
to
my
you that
thinking?
much, or maybe let's say it doesn't really affect or concern you that much, and you still kind of want to be their friend afterwards, it's like, yeah, don't say anything, because anything you say against or
Now
with
I
that
get it. Now
person
I get what they
will-
mean. Because like they want to be friends behind the scenes, then you shouldn't say anything online and make your community believe that you are against them if they do something while you are friends behind the I agree. I agree that you should not a stance on it. Oh, whitelist? Okay, I'll whitelist you. Without effort. I don't know how can you do it, Sus?
upset anybody, no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's just no. It's pointless.
Shit, you like want to get a drink after this? And then you become friends a little bit, you know? And then maybe you see something or they say something and you're like, whoa, in the big 2026. And then you go, okay, coworker again. Like, it's literally just, it's the same thing. And I don't understand what we don't understand.
Well, I think, like in all things in life, it's a balancing act, you know, stepping in when you feel like it's worth it and, you know, stepping out of things where you feel like it isn't, you know, picking your fights is important. Oh, okay, this is another clip of him.
Let's see this.
You know, but with like the document that dropped, like there are so many people coming forward with their own separate experiences, and what is upsetting me is people are like finding one person's experience and saying, oh, because this person doesn't have like a statement that's like bulletproof, I'm going to go ahead and disregard every person who's come forward. You know what I mean? And
That's
I
so
think
weird
that's
to
dumb.
do.
And I think that's fucking dumb. So
Yeah.
I think that when you are a person with a lot of power, influence, money, fame, if you're older, there is a power dynamic in play that you need to be cognizant of. I think that while the other parties, from what I have observed, are like technically adults and they do have agency, I'm not going to completely strip them of agency and responsibility. I personally think that the onus is on the person that wields that power. They need to like respect that and understand that and navigate around that. And I don't think he did that, you know? And I don't think he did that. And it was deeply irresponsible. I don't think there's
Sometimes my
anything
genius
inherently wrong
almost
with
writing
flirting
a
with
type
people.
of
I don't think
phrase.
there's anything inherently wrong with hitting people up, but just like the sheer volume of people coming forward with their experiences, it's really hard to just like say it's like a one-off situation, that it's not a pattern, you know? And it's like, I don't know. People, the big argument here is what is a predator, right? And
I mean, there is definitely a pattern. Like he
Yeah.
used the same lines on a lot of people.
I think most people these days
He
associate
has a playbook.
being a predator with like, which in my opinion, I just think that the behavior that he exhibited was exploitive. From what I've seen, we've seen documented evidence from like a couple people, but like I will say, like, you know, some of the like accounts that I saw come forward, like not to like discredit or discount their experiences, like some of them are like, in my opinion, a little flimsy, you know.
Yeah.
Some of them it's just like, okay, like I don't know, there's just some objectionable behavior that I'm seeing like in general, but like overall I think like my opinion is that he did some really objectionable shit. It's not okay. And like this isn't even taking into account the cheating is already fucked up as it is. Like you guys know that I fucking like hate that shit. I've seen so many friendships and like just like fucked up over it over the years. And like the thing is, I don't think cheating in and of itself is like oh, you're a fucking terrible person. Like people make mistakes, really big mistakes. And like, it's not like just because you cheated, I cannot have anything to do with you. So much of what is factored in is like what you do after the fact, accountability. He looked up to him as like a safe space, you know, and it's heartbreaking because like I looked up to him in a lot of ways too. Like I don't know. It's just like this is something that I didn't think he was capable of, to be honest. And like it hurts me to see. And yeah, like to his victims as well. Like I said, not every single person who has ever interacted with Sykkuno is automatically a victim, you know. But like I also think that it's important to listen to the people that feel that they were exploited, made uncomfortable, boundaries crossed. I'm also fucking annoyed. I'm gonna be honest, because this guy for years would just say shit to me like, man, Peter, I hope I find something like what you and Anita have. You're so lucky.
Yeah,
For
that's
years.
crazy. I mean, I think like if I had somebody that lied to me like that, like we saw several clips where he straight up lied to their face. After that, it's like, well, how can you trust anything they say? I
Right
think
back,
probably the
guys.
lying is
Hello? What did Little Sus do? No, he killed me. I just went to talk to Yurimod. Yeah, we were talking about her package. I mean, her letter, more like. Hope I can find a way. Welcome back, thank you. Hello guys. Should I start the video? Is everyone here? You're done writing? Writing what? Oh, the code? And 3 cells? Yes. Cell. That hurts. I need my thingy to be like, oh. So, at the back. What a scary word? Yes.
Would be a bigger well, I don't know, I don't want to say that, but it's like it would be a deal breaker for me as a friend. And like
No,
yeah,
yeah, I
there's a
get
lot
that.
of these accounts that don't really make sense and that we see a lot of pushback on, but at the same time, behavior doesn't have to be criminal for people to feel hurt about it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, of course.
Okay. And this guy allegedly has been like with his partner for even longer than Anita and I have been together. He just like, he never let on ever to me that like he was ever in a relationship. And I don't know, like maybe I'm not owed that information, but like it felt like with the way he portrayed himself, it was a little deceiving to me. And like this isn't even just, this is like IRL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was deceitful.
I think my main issue with these sorts of things too is that it's somewhat exactly like what you said, where after after they lie to you, you kind of wonder what else they are like. It's not just about like what they say in the future; it's also like what else they're hiding. You know?
Yeah.
Like you hid the fact that you had a girlfriend from these people for like what 7 years, almost a decade.
6,
The fuck are
7?
you, what else are you fucking hiding that you're doing so properly, man? All to like excuse like behavior that you know is a bad thing. Like that's gonna make me overthink, man. That's gonna make me think you might have been doing like some very bad things. But that's just me, I guess.
The girlfriend, his girlfriend is the biggest victim in all of this, and I do really feel bad for her.
Yep. I feel like we can't forget that too.
Oh, that's the crazy tweet. There's 2 of them. The crazy clip that came out today. This is the first part. The second part is insane. We'll watch the second part
We
after.
actually had plans on playing together the day everything came out.
Wow.
Or like we were planning on, not the day, we were planning on playing the TFT box boot camp together.
Okay.
We were planning on playing TFT together. And then he messaged me that morning with everything coming out and said, "Sorry, I have a lot going on." And then I said, "Yeah, I saw everything on Twitter. Is it true?" This is the only thing I will read from our DMs.
That's not the crazy clip, by the way. That's another one.
He said the day of, also, "I'm sorry, I'm going through a lot." And I said, "Yeah, I just saw on Twitter." He said, "Do you want to talk for a second?" I said, I don't really know. I'm still processing everything. I feel overwhelmed and honestly really hurt, like I've been backstabbed. We've known each other for over 6 years, and I genuinely thought our friendship was real and that we were reconciling. And he said, you don't have to. I'm sorry. I just wanted to explain. It's not as simple as you would see it, but I understand. I said, I don't know if I can get into a call with you right now, but I would like to hear your side and get
Show
your
it
time
on
to
the
explain.
screen, bro.
I feel like no, well, she doesn't want to. She's just reading it. But the crazy thing is, doesn't this mean he was juggling multiple? He called Mal and also tried to smooth things over with this girl as well. That was on the day of the Google Doc drop. The call with Mal happened whenever she confronted him or something, or his girlfriend confronted him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did make everyone think that they were his one and only. And I think, yeah, that's the most deceitful part, because you can be a player and a flirt if you want, as long as you don't give off the impression that it's gonna be like a serious thing. I think that's the less ethical part of it. Like, you can be, oh, I'm not looking for anything serious. Like, people say that all the time. I'm not looking for anything serious. You know,
True,
I'm
and I
just
feel
looking
like
around for now. That's it. You can say that.
Yeah.
People will understand.
And I feel like people that want to fuck or like have something with Saikuno would be okay with that too.
Yep.
Right? Like a lot of girls do want to fuck him, and that's fine. But like, yeah, it's kind of weird.
He said, okay, thank you. And I said, sorry, I have a lot to do today. This is literally the day that the night that I had to pack and get my kids ready to come here. Did I do any of that? No.
Okay.
I said, sorry, I have a lot to do today before I leave, so I won't have time to call. But and I honestly didn't feel comfortable calling him. And I said, if I could have just have some explanation to ease my mind, that would be nice. And he said, that's okay. I can give you the short version. To be honest, I was in a bad relationship for a long time. We hadn't like spent time together, slept together, anything for several years. But she relied on me for a place to live, and I paid for everything for her, and I still cared. So I didn't break up. I should have. I generally think you're amazing, and none of that was fake. I can talk more later, but I haven't made sure she will be. I can talk more later, but I've already made sure she will be okay. He's talking about his girlfriend. I said, I can sympathize with you a little, as I was in a similar relationship as you before, so I know it can be hard to break things off since you don't want to hurt their feelings, knowing you're fully supporting
Those
them too.
ratings are so
But it
beautiful.
doesn't
I love
excuse
them.
your actions to go behind your girlfriend's back and cheat on her.
These
I know
or
you know
the
this
ones
now, but you
above?
should have had the decency to end your relationship with her before talking and sleeping with other girls.
Yes.
It's hard for me to believe if any of it was genuine, as you were talking to multiple girls at the same time and doing the exact same thing to them as you did to me. I remember I even asked you whether you slept around with other people often after we did it, and when your last relationship was, and you said no, and your last relationship was 3 years ago. You lied to me. He said, you are right. I'm not saying an excuse. I was just sharing how I got there. I'm sorry if you don't believe me. That's understandable. Thank you for at least listening to me a little. And then I said, I'm not saying that I don't believe you, but why weren't you just honest with me? And he never replied. Pretty much the gist of it. And I think that's where the sympathy came from, because I was in a similar relationship where we lost intimacy in the last little bit of our relationship, but he never cheated on me, and he broke up with me before going and seeing other girls and like fully relying. So like I also was in a similar relationship to him, so I could sympathize with him. But like if you're emotionally, disconnected from the relationship, like there is still no right to cheat or excuse to cheat. And that was the only sympathy I had for him. But I still thought it was very wrong, and I even told him that he should have had the decency to cheat or not to cheat on his girlfriend and break up.
It's because some people are defending him, saying like, but his relationship was bad. He said so. It was.
He said so. You believe him?
He was supporting her financially, because he says that in the call when he's trying to justify himself to Mal. So
no way somebody says that. Wait, is that
yes?
real? No way.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that.
That's kind of what?
That is like, yeah,
that's not a good excuse.
It's not a good argument at all. Just break up at this
nobody
point.
says that, dude.
With her first, but he wanted to hire. He was on small female streamers because he knows his status, and that's why I was so scared to share my story, because I see so many girls just saying they're like sharing their stories, and then everyone just saying, okay, he's just a serial cheater. That's all it is. Yeah, he's a serial cheater, but he used his status, his powers.
Oh my god. I got so scared.
He gave
Reels, yes.
girls money. He preyed on small
My Ray figure in my
female
case
streamers,
drops.
a lot of them being really young, like 19, 20. I mean, we met when I was 19. I mean, nothing happened until like within the last 2 years.
Brosly.
The reason why I felt so blindsided and hurt by this is because for a long time, it was me and Saikuno were actually just really good friends. Like nothing bad happened until the last 2 years. of
At the
our
very least,
friendship.
these clip channels, holy shit.
And
they could get the subtitles right at least.
and
Jesus,
when
these
I
fucking clip channels.
asked those questions if he was in a relationship and whether he sleeps around a lot, and him telling me his last relationship was 3 years ago and no, he doesn't sleep around, he told me that to my face.
That's dangerous, by the way.
After we did it.
That is dangerous.
Was I
You could
expecting
catch
anything
like ST from
like a
that.
relationship? No. But to think like, and I believed him. And I said, okay. But always after that incident, I was always
Like, what
there
if
was a lot
someone
of
catches them
unanswered
it's DB?
questions, and I was very confused by it all. I honestly feel worse sharing. I don't know why. I don't like sharing my personal life and experience online, and I still feel somehow I'm talking shit, like I'm airing out business and drama, and I hate drama in business. So yeah, I actually kind of feel like shit right now. But I think down the line I'll feel better. But I feel very exposed. Yeah. Did you ask why he didn't want to date? Did I ask him why he didn't want to date me?
No.
No.
I mean, it was clipped from her live stream, but we're not watching a live stream. Is what I
Not
mean.
really.
Oh yeah, no, okay. Like I
But
thought this
knew
was like
he
a
didn't want to
scripted
have
video,
kids.
not a live stream.
We did ask intimate questions like that, like after we did it. But yeah, Vegas alone.
Oh wow, it already got community noted. Jesus.
7 million views.
Holy shit.
How many hours ago was that? Holy crap, dude.
Holy shit, that shot up.
I went to Evo Las Vegas alone, but I wasn't alone. I shared a hotel room with Saikuno, but I didn't know.
No, this is new. This is from this morning, not 2 days ago.
Yeah, I saw that date. It's today.
That he had other intentions.
If you sleep every day, leave, like, comment, and share with 10
I
people.
just simply asked him, "Hey, are you going to Evo Las Vegas?" He said yes, and I said, "Oh, I'm trying to go this year. I'm looking at hotels, and everything's so expensive. Do you pretty much have like any recommendations? Like, I know he lives in Las Vegas." And he said, "Oh, you're planning on coming? I actually have room if you just wanna like room with me." And I said, and I at first was not against it. I was like, "Are you sure?" Like, no, I don't want to.
Are you sure?
Intrude. Like, I don't mind getting my own hotel and all this. Like, I was insistent on being like, "Oh no, it's fine." And then he said, no, like, I have extra room. I already paid for it. And I even asked him, I'm like, "Are you rooming with a group or with friends?" And he said, "No, but there's 2 beds, so like you'll get your own bed." You know, like yeah.
Yeah.
So I took his offer. Being a dumbass, I took his offer, but I did later.
This is why I always just get my own room. I am a princess. Like, there's just no way that I'm sharing a room. Hell no.
Okay. Yeah.
Even offered to pay him back. I said, "How much should I save up for accommodations?" And he said, "Oh, no, you don't have to pay me back. Like, I already have room for the hotel. You don't have to pay me back." So yeah, I shared a room with Saikuno at Evo Las Vegas, and we watched a movie together. We had plans to watch a horror movie together. Until
That's
Dawn.
sus.
That movie's ass. Actually, I didn't even get to finish it, but
Press the like button.
Hate that movie.
He
I don't want to share sleep. It's mine. True.
We were watching the movie, and he started to get very angsty or something. I don't know how to explain it, but he pretty much tried to make a move on me, and I was fully trying to say like I'm just here to watch the movie. Like I'm just here to watch the movie.
Anime boy angst.
True.
But me being a dumbass and not being very like
smart
what's the
about
word?
it.
Very strong in like mentally.
Like you're not
physically.
confrontational.
I mean like maybe
assertive.
people
Yeah, I guess
headstrong. Yeah.
No, assertive is probably the word she was looking for.
Yeah, like she can't. Like it's hard for her to speak up. Like yeah, I think we get it, right?
Or say she's uncomfortable and
Teaser in me, but
yeah.
And maybe
I don't
know,
think she's a
benefit of the
dumbass
doubt,
for that.
because I still thought he was cute, or I don't know. He tried to make a move on me, resolute. I don't know, but he made a move on me. It did take like 30 minutes. Wow, I don't want to share that. I don't like sharing this on. This is like so personal.
But you could not torture this information out of me, man. Like, you could throw me in jail and torture me. I would never go live and say that. Ah!
Jesus Christ. Why do you think she's doing this? Like, does she want just to, like, let her out of her chest or something? Like, I see a lot of people do that.
Umamusume,
Dude,
yeah. But it's so late. I will play it by myself later.
I don't sleep with anyone that I'm not dating.
I don't too.
And it didn't happen that night. I didn't want it to happen. So instead, I just gave him oral. Okay?
This is TMI, man. Too much information.
Why would you say this?
And then when he fell asleep, I got out of bed and I just ate a banana and I was just staring out the window. I was dissociating. I think I was straight up just dissociating.
I remember watching a clip quickly. I don't think this leads up to an essay accusations. I've seen this thrown around, but I don't think she does accuse him of that. She accuses him of like not being transparent with her about the relationship status though.
Morning, I barely slept that night. Then in the morning, he didn't really want to talk about it. And I was just kind of trying to open it up and talk to him about like what happened. And then we were going to talk about it, I don't know, later or something. I don't know, but I can't remember. But he ends up hugging me, but then pushes me onto the bed from the hug. And we end up having sex. And I didn't have it in me to tell him to stop. So I just let it happen. And while this was happening, while we were doing it, I always wear protection and I only sleep with people I'm in relationship with. So I'm not used to one night stands or anything like that. But we were not using protection and I'm legally hard of hearing, if you guys don't know already.
She's partially deaf.
But in the heat of the moment, he asked me if it was safe and I didn't hear him.
Just one more girl, surely this will be the one, surely.
He finished inside of me and then that was it. And then
this is too much information though.
We just laid there for a little bit and then I brought it up. I asked him straight up.
Did you really need?
When was your last relationship and do you sleep around often? Like, is this normal for you? Because I told him straight up, I do not date with people. I do not sleep with people I do not date. I do not sleep with people that I do not date. That is just a moral of mine.
Sure.
I find it very intimate with whoever. So, and I don't actually have. I've only slept with I've only ever slept with.
I'm so scared. I'm so sad for.
But I've only been in 3 relationships. So it was very new to me. I've never had a one night stand or anything like that. So I asked him, I'm like, is this normal for you? Like, do you sleep around a lot? And he said, no, he was being around the bush the whole time that I was asking these questions, by the way. I'm like, then why?
I thought she was gonna do the shy voice for a sec.
Sure.
I know some girls are really, really bad at saying no. That is actually a thing though. Like they're really really, really bad at saying no.
What?
It is something you do need to learn to do though.
And he said, oh, it just,
I think girls in general are taught to say yes to everyone actually. Like, you are meant to be ladylike. You know what I mean? Deep blue spark, good luck. Just pray. Agree with me? Or again? Because I mean, I can only speak by myself and others' opinions. Can we blame him for this? Or, like, of course, there is no accusation, there's no, like, assault or something, but some girls just don't know how to say no, and some guys just don't know how to read the situation, and there are uncomfortable situations because of that. You meant girls? Yeah, we can't blame them. Nor the guys, I think, if you don't hear a specific no. Because that's the thing, like, girls are taught to not say no, and then guys are taught to, like, expect everything. You know what I mean? That's abuse. I don't know, because there is a line where there's communication issues, and then there's an abuse. You know what I mean? It's a line between them. It's not always black and white. I think you know, as a guy, ask twice. Even if you ask twice, like, so this is what I'm coming from. So I sometimes can't tell when someone actually wants to be my friend or they are just tolerating me. So I'm like, I can't think myself getting queasy in that situation. saying that, oh, do they want this or do they not want this? Is she's into it? Only if she's into it, because like I don't know, they can be scared to do it. They can be wanting to do it but scared because it's their first time. You know? There's so much to consider, is what I'm saying. Before it becomes abuse. But this sounds very sad. Like, he already knows what he's doing. He probably knows what a girl looks like when she's scared, and he still goes on with it. He doesn't warn her of anything. It's scary. Always being honest, man, would work. I don't know, dude. I'm not experienced in this.
No.
Okay.
Like, oh, it's just, I've known you for a while and I know you're very sweet and, you look nice. And then I asked him this question and I said, when was your last relationship? And he
Okay.
said 3 years ago. So in my head, it's crazy that's why I feel so blindsided and backstabbed, because I asked these questions and they ended up being complete lies. So when I really felt blindsided and backstabbed by all the information that was coming out, I really was, because I asked those two questions, like if he was in a relationship or like when his last relationship was, and if he sleeps around, and he told me no, and 3 years ago.
Wow. And he slept with her unprotected. That's gross.
Yeah, I think that's the scary part, because
Yeah.
if you sleep around and like you I don't need to explain, but okay, sure.
And
That's
after that, I went on about my day, and then I ended up running into someone I'm very close with, and they offered me to stay in their hotel room because I didn't feel
Okay.
comfortable sleeping in mine. So I ended up sleeping at my friend's hotel room for the next.
Okay, but so far all she says is that she's felt misled by him because he told her he had been single for 3 years, but he had a girlfriend this entire time, and she slept with him thinking that he's single. I've seen a lot of people claim that she said she was being raped, but that's not, so far, at least
No.
in the clip, she did not say that.
Of course she's sad for this, but
And you guys can even
13 minutes.
tell,
Oh,
you guys
okay.
can even see on Twitter, if you guys look at my Evo outfits, the first outfit is in a very different hotel room than the other two, and that's because I ended up moving to another hotel. The first one is in the one that I'm with Saikuno. And
Okay.
I ended up sleeping in the hotel that me and Saikuno had on the last night because he ended up checking out early and sleeping at his house. So
Okay.
that was the only time I saw him. We ran into each other a couple more times at Evo, but we didn't really say anything, and he didn't really want to talk about what happened. And then I struggled with this for a while, and I had someone in my life be there for me and kind of try to help me through this. And my dumbass tried talking about it with Saikuno later, trying to like understand what happened, because it's not something I'm used to.
To be honest, I get her because she didn't get an answer that day. Now, I think I would try to get an answer too if I had questions in my mind. Like, why did you do this? Why did you sleep with me unprotected? If they make me sad, and without these allegations, if they put me in a situation like that where I'm scared, I would like to talk to them, especially if they don't answer within the next 24 hours. Like, what the fuck?
He pretty much beat around the bush the whole time. And then he would say things like, "Oh,
Lines can be blurred,
I'm
yes.
confused. I just wanted to know what you felt
Still
about
during and
that."
after,
And I said,
yes.
"No, I want to know what you felt about this, because I already told
You
you
need
how I
experience to
felt."
know what you
And,
like, Drew. 5 hours, yay!
Yeah, he said he was
Today has
sorry
been a
that
long
he made
stream.
me. He was sorry that he gave me that impression, and that he would want to reconcile. And me being the dumbass I am, I still wanted to be friends with him for some reason. So I did, and that's why we still played games. And then I ended up
He
seeing him at
probably felt like
TwitchCon
that
at
because
the
he's
Riot
a big
Party, and
content
we actually
creator.
talked in person for the first time since. And he actually brought that part up, and said like he was sorry and stuff, and that he was sorry for giving me the impression. So I really thought he was, you know, honestly sorry, and I accepted it. And I thought I was the only one because I literally straight up asked him if he sleeps around, and he said no. So sorry,
Okay.
I thought I was the only one. Did I think we were gonna be in a relationship? No. I knew how much older he was than me, and I was like, why would he want to be in a relationship with someone much younger? So I didn't really think that, it was gonna go anywhere. So yeah, I just said I think it's fine. Like we'll just reconcile as friends, and that's that. And then
Okay, so that's where the
Wait,
clip ends.
that's it?
You can talk
I
now.
really honestly thought there was going to be more. Like, no, I thought like there would be like, the whole thing about her being SA'd and stuff, because that was like what everybody was talking about.
Yeah, no, I think she just like she said she felt blindsided and she felt misled by
No.
his lies.
I feel like what she said is valid. I don't see why people were like upset about like the things that she was saying.
I mean, she feels hurt by it. I think she has the right to feel hurt by it. Was it criminal? No, but she never said that. She does feel she has a part of guilt of what happened. She said it herself. She feels guilty about this. She keeps repeating that she's a dumbass. Yeah, she wasn't even accusing him. She blamed herself for not asserting herself.
Do you think more are gonna come out? Oh, shit.
No, I doubt so. Especially given the pushback they're getting on Twitter. I think I mean,
So
I
weird. Why
think
we
even
push
future
back
victims
this?
of something that's actually like legit, or a legit situation are gonna be reluctant to come out and tell their
Yeah.
stories.
I think that's the unfortunate part. Yeah.
That is the unfortunate part. Seeing like the reaction that everybody has on Twitter.
I feel like I'm not saying that it's justified, right? But at the same time, because like this whole thing was like messily handled, like people are just primed to not take a lot of things seriously anymore because of it. I feel like that's the problem. Yeah.
But there is something else, okay? There is these talking about subreddit. We mentioned subreddits earlier.
Okay.
There's this crazy thread on of course, the most trustworthy subreddit of all times.
Of course.
The same subreddit that called me a Christian D with like absolute confidence and said I was Satan, and they were like, "Oh, it's a no." Somebody was like, "What? Really? I've never heard Rima speak about religion." And then the OP was like, "Oh yeah, it's no secret. It's no secret. It's not like what." This is the same subreddit, just to give you guys some context, that posted these threads on Face Connect, claiming that the book that
Lack of
Sakana
proper
lended
actual
to
sex that everybody's
Jerry
frightened. Proper sex
was
is
mo-
now goes in
Yes,
vagina and baby comes out. Yeah.
Of course, these fucking.
I think that would help. Add in 5 minutes, guys. I think that would help about the thing I'm saying. Like proper sex education could help people saying no and reading if the situation is comfortable for something to happen or not. Culture of the man is respect order and madam very sign. Yes. Yes, that is there. Like if you're a man you try harder, I get that. And the counterpart, there is what I'm saying. If you're a lady, you'd say yes. That's the kind of thing I was talking about. Drafting how a fundamental aspect of our lives are in most schools. You don't understand. They would have eggs if we told them to be protected. That's wrong. Teenagers being teenagers should not be allowed. And then they end up sleeping with older people because they don't know anything about relationships when they are teenagers. Like, that's so scary.
And there was even worse fucking threads. Like, they leave everything on. Like, I don't think they moderate anything, and it's really taking away from the
Anything I've learned
credibility
about
of the
this is from the
subreddit
internet.
I'll add. Like, sometimes
Really?
they have some good posts, but overall, it's like the most a dog water thing. It's like one prerequisite for posting in here is to pop some LSD and let like your schizophrenia take over.
True.
What is the subreddit? Is it like live stream fails
now
or
they
something?
like found screenshots of Hemamal and Mujin on Saikuno. said, oh, this guy just, he was taking a walk and he just happened on some screenshots.
This has to be a shitpost, right? Can I see that?
No, it's not a shitpost. It's not a shitpost. I'm going to be done with the Google Doc soon. Need you to review it and see if I need to edit the evidence. I looked at it and it needs more content. It's like a little weak and I'm going to upload the video after I need some more drama. Like, can most of these claims even be confirmed? Lol, he doesn't even have much public info I can support the doc with. Well, I can sub some things and make him look worse. I can mention some other girls. Doesn't matter if it happened or not.
What is wrong
I can stir up a reaction, but the timing is important. Sims won't look too much in the details, so it won't matter. There's a good chance he's just going to get mocked no matter what. This is the fakest fucking screenshot ever. Source,
No, he has
source is I made it the fuck up.
No, this has to be a shitpost. I'm sorry.
No, it's not a shitpost because there's some other crazy like phase Reddit threads that I posted in my Discord server, and I was like, lol, look at this crazy shit post, guys. And then we looked into DOP's history, and it was not a shit post. They were 100% correct. This is obviously meant to mislead or they want to mislead people. No, all the comments are not taking him seriously. Thank God.
Yeah.
It's very easy to debunk it. The reason why they use platonically Muujin is because in his Discord server, he uses platonically Muujin, but his normal regular profile is just Muujin. So if he spoke in his Discord server,
somebody.
if he's DMing somebody, it would just show up as Muujin. So it's just obviously fake. But anyway, the wording was like it also like gave it away.
Jesus Christ. People like these exist, dude. I can't believe this. This is unironically fucking insane.
Oh man. There's another one. There's somebody about Muujin is deleting comments in his recent video. Also same subreddit. Okay, this is somebody just writing a wall of text. Comment. Loading. 0 seconds. Reload. That's a long ass toaster reload.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This is like Nuzagi's PC, man.
True. I'll accept the flame, Rima. Don't worry.
I was recording on a potato.
Okay.
What is he trying to show us?
What is he doing? Not even like trying
How
to
do you
flame the
like
guy.
posting a comment? Okay, so he's like he can't find his comment. He's posting it again.
YouTube. Okay, so it's a little different sometimes because YouTube does by itself.
Okay, well, dude, your comment is being auto-moderated. If you try to, bro, if he tried to post the same comment twice, it got auto-moderated.
Yeah, This is not how it works.
This guy is not all there.
Works.
They really do be letting anybody post on this subreddit, huh?
What
I wonder what the subreddit is.
It actually removes comments. Yes, and it.
Thank you.
Okay, YouTube is so fucking dumb with that because sometimes I have to unmoderate comments that are completely vanilla, like absolutely nothing wrong being said in there, and they're being held back for review.
Yeah, chat. YouTube does that a lot. Not sometimes, a lot. Like, and it's annoying.
My issue with Muujin is this. He covers everything under the sun, but I've noticed not a single thing about Tecton has been covered. He will cover drama about everyone else, but if you are his friend, no matter how bad that person may be,
he's not even friends with him.
They're not even friends. Tecton looks to be threatening legal action versus Muujin. Tecton saying it's defamation, so Muujin is in a spot where he can't. I don't even think that's true. Even though they're trying to defend Muujin, I don't even think Tecton did that.
Yeah, this subreddit is
In the latest Tecton video about Muujin, Tecton says it's okay, well, I haven't seen that. His lawyer said Muujin video about him or defamation contains made-up info which is eligible for a lawsuit. About him? Muujin made a video back then about this whole Genshin drama. That was a 2-hour-long video. And Tecton made a 5-hour react to it that was basically glazing the fuck out of Muujin. Now, Muujin, when the Tecton lawsuit came out, he made a tweet about Tecton saying he cut ties with him, and he got a shit ton of shit for it. So it's crazy that this subreddit thing is that they're still friends. Like, that was everywhere. He's friends with Tecton? I always like Muujin's vid, but that's making me question myself. It is so hard for a sloptuber to be normal.
Information I saw on the internet. This must be true.
Sketchy friends. This is the response to every single This is
Yeah,
the
that
response
is
to
the worst
every
thing you can
single
do, I
comment
think.
about me on this subreddit,
And
by
get
the way.
addicted.
Ew,
Yep.
Rima is friends with this person? Oh my god,
And then
no way.
think girls are like that. That's how
VTuber drama is like it's worse than
deepists
4chan.
are born,
It's
I
actually
think.
unironically worse than 4chan.
It is. This subreddit is unironically worse than 4chan. At least 4chan, if somebody said that, somebody else would be like, there would be maybe 2 people agreeing with it, but then somebody would say, "Take your meds, kidso." Like somebody would be calling them out.
True. Jesus.
He made a tweet cutting ties with Tectone Def after he Tectone Def. What is that? I don't understand
Definitely.
this. After it came out that
Oh.
he was a bad guy and all that, you know, with Pink Chew. This only
What
has
does that
3
mean?
upvotes. This is the most on point one. Yeah, guys, please tell me what to think. I will believe anything, Reddit user.
God. You know, unironically, Rima, VTuber Circle Jerk is better than the VTuber Circle Jerk subreddit is better than shit.
Oh,
Holy
anything is better than this subreddit at this point. Holy shit.
True.
What? Oh my god, I can't stop reading. And that's better than the original post of this thread was implying, however, still make no content directly criticizing such a damaging figure on the space seems odd to me. Also,
What?
the question is, when did he cut ties? Was it after Tectone made it harder right-wing shift, or when the allegation came out the latter? I would still side-eye Muujin. Bro, even if you do speak out, it's still not
Yeah,
enough
damned if
for
you do,
them.
damned
It's like
down
when
if you
Emperor,
don't.
like, said, clarified some things, it was still not enough.
What are they yapping about? We have some real weirdos in here, Rima. Holy shit.
Understandable. Muujin is biased, but I kind of want to instantly shame him because of that one L on Twitter. Maybe he'll learn from it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think. I think there's some. Sure, there's some criticism. Like I see a lot of people like completely turn on Muujin for that video, but I don't think like one slip up should define somebody's entire character.
Yeah, I gave off the same sentiment in my own stream.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he can't bounce back from this. It really is like a yeah.
I'll still watch him, you know? I'm just a viewer. I'm not even
Please don't
like.
get into drama. I'm begging you, bro. I try so fucking hard to stay out of trouble, man. Dude, I do everything. People drag me into drama against my will, kicking and streaming. I don't know how.
Jonas was funnier than I watched him
Most of the time,
back then. I never watched him. I don't know. He's always been weird to me. Yeah, it can be really bad. Yup, unrealistic.
I have nothing to do with them.
I know.
Especially when you're a
how
kid
do we
and you
approach
expect
this?
women to be like that. Oh,
People.
Dude, what he does here is what I'm gonna do if
Is this
if
recent?
one of my friends gets into drama and you guys force me to speak on it.
Want to talk about some stuff, and I think that's fine to request. I'll get to it just for a minute. I'm not gonna talk about it much. It's gonna be like 60 seconds. I know
70 maybe?
you are here for the tea, but in order to get the tea, you have to sit through me talking about my Pokemon team. That's the deal.
Sure.
10 minutes after talking about his Pokemon team, like you farmed him, like you're like, oh, you guys are here for the tea? Sure, I'll give my opinion on that, but you gotta sit through 2 hours of me gaming first. He's farming
2
his drama
hours.
fiends.
Okay, let's talk. We'll set myself a timer of 30 seconds. Look.
Question that thirsty person is me. I think I haven't unlearning past.
It's-
Yeah,
you
that's
literally
normal
see
to
in his
unlearn it.
face that it's
You know,
like he's
that's
really-
what I mean. Like when you become an adult is when you're. Like when I would judge you, you know. It is possible to unlearn. Yep. Everything, every addiction, every bad thought you have is possible to. Tons. Genshin boycott.
He's calculating his word. This is a very tough situation, and I think anybody that has like just a very like linear way of describing it in a very black and white is gonna be wrong about it. You have to really be
Yeah.
careful with your words you use.
Give me a sec.
What is he doing? Jesus.
What happened? It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's disappointing. It's sad. And
Street toast. Not
what
just
is
toaster.
really
but,
all
like,
uncomfortable talking about, right?
He made them.
Oh, it's not Cyclino, bruh. I'm tripping.
You guys can hear from him, from me. I'm sad about it.
This is cinema. Like, he made them wait 10 minutes, foaming at the mouth, waiting for the tea, waiting for the drama, and then he says, "This is sad, it's disappointing."
And then that's it.
And then that's it. I don't think I'm uncomfortable talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, sad. Okay, thanks, bye. I mean, honestly, like, his friends, like, we're out here, you know, we're looking at this from the outside, but his friends are probably the ones that get to be the most hurt by this, you know, or to have more of an opinion on it. You know, you can decide to be hurt by it, or you can decide to move on, or you can decide that it's not going to be a big deal. That's up to them.
I feel like that's why, like, whenever these things happen, you just don't say anything. You actually did the right thing. Just says,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. Like, that's it.
Yeah, he's like, that's all you get. But also, it's smart, and I feel like, you know, people bait you or pressure you into talking about shit you're not comfortable to talk about all the time. And I've had the habit in the past of, like, I felt like I had to, but actually, no, you don't have to.
Yeah,
you,
not really.
You
no, that's
actually don't
parasocial.
have to. You just say,
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable talking about it, and then that's it. But
Yeah,
people sometimes they want you to cover like everything, or they want you to talk about everything, even if you're not comfortable with it. At the end of the day, I mean, yeah, you just gotta live your life. I do think guys are better at putting their foot
thank you
down.
for following.
But I
Love
think I
you.
am getting better at
Hello.
it though. And it's about confidence. It's about confidence and not giving a fuck. And not looking, you know, not looking for approval into other people. But this guy's an OG. This guy knows he's been doing this for so long. Like, he knows the ins and out of the profession.
He's a high XP, Rima. He has he has a decade worth of experience.
Yeah, he's hella high XP.
Made everyone sit through all of that.
Yeah, Toast is late game. Yeah.
You know what's based though? When somebody tries to pressure you or like try to get something out of you, you money lock it. You gatekeep it. You paywall it, right? Oh, I don't know. Maybe for $500, I'll do it. And then somebody gives you $500, and then you actually
Hands on the table?
Oh, it's disappointing.
Hands under
And
my
that's it.
tail?
Yeah, it's sad, man. I can't believe.
Man,
I'm so
I hate it
shocked.
when there's sand on my
Wait, Peter,
tail.
It does feel like this is the drama that's creating more drama. Like, the heat's been turned on drastically.
Yes, that's true, Jürgen.
after I ended the stream the other day, which was on Saturday. Yeah, like Sunday, Monday,
Under my
and
tail.
today, it's become crazy.
I'm trying to make a joke
To be
of
honest,
sands
I'm
on the
not gonna
tail.
lie,
I'm
I
sorry.
actually- I kind of stopped caring about the whole drama yesterday. It's like, I feel like I feel like the crux of the drama, right, is that Saikuno bad, obviously, because he's a cheater. But blah blah blah blah blah. Some people's accounts are not what they seem. Some people are like exaggerating. The coverage and like how people view the situation is mixed and weird. And I don't think there's anything more to that. I feel like people just need to, like, you know, I feel like, dude, it's done. Like, the drama's like 4 years old. Find a new beat, you know? Not you, but like, you know, like,
I think it's shifted to like cringe culture war stuff now, and like this man versus woman discourse, and I don't
That's so
understand
weird.
why the two genders are so divided now. It's actually pretty sad, and
Yeah, if it wasn't like that and we aspired to learn more about ourselves, I think it would be better.
Like, why?
I don't know, but I mean, it kind of always happens situations like this, like the fruit thing, the Tenzi Kaide thing.
I don't know the Tenzi thing, but no, I can see it. Yeah, it's just weird, I guess. I feel like people, whenever a drama like this happens, I feel like people always like they take more of the drama than what is actually there, if that makes sense. Right? Like, they overthink it, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? That's what I feel.
Or it's they've done it to us before, so I don't know. Actually, I don't fucking know why it's like that.
Kind of oof, not gonna lie. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it is kind of oof.
Yeah. So I have work in like 30 minutes.
Shit.
35 minutes actually. Yeah.
Or do you want to watch the Holostar rant?
I'll let you have that actually.
Okay,
I need to be
okay.
ready.
Okay, go get ready. Thanks for stopping
Yeah.
by.
Yeah, anyway, thank you for having me, Reams. Hi, goodbye, chat. I hope you guys have a good stream. Don't be
Jürgen,
mean
my
to
mom
Rima. She's trying,
came to the
she's
stream and said
navigating
hi.
this the best way she can, and I feel like a lot of the things that a lot of this is like not like, you know, not like it's not worth yapping on about. Yeah, but yeah, I'll see you guys later. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Deanne. The Mujin tweet. Some members of my community have reached out regarding a few concerns, and I want to make sure I properly address them before we fully move on from this topic. Look, I'm flattered that Himomal tweeted that she considered me a close friend. I'm grateful for her trust, but the first time we spoke was on April 7th, so this narrative that the video was made as a favor to anyone is simply false. The truth is, Saikuno's serial cheating and manipulation was only the tip of the iceberg, and I was hoping the video would encourage the many others who have stayed quiet for years to finally find the courage to talk about their experiences. Unfortunately, the current state of affairs, that doesn't seem like it will happen anymore, even if they were to somehow fit the image of a quote-unquote perfect victim. I don't blame them whatsoever. Instead, I can only wish them the best, and I hope that his ex, who was cheated
Is
on
this
for
any
over
better?
5
Like
years,
her
can find
mouth
the peace that
open?
she deserves.
My
As
mouth
for me, I'll
open?
continue making videos that millions of people enjoy.
Was it
and
her
when
debut?
prompted, I'll
It's
still
her
strive to do
debut.
the right
Yep.
thing, even if it's not trendy, because it's just how I was raised, and it's simply who I am. That will never change, no matter how many vultures try to desperately farm my name. Thank you for being the best community I could ever ask for, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. Okay. I wonder what the tip of the iceberg, like, I wonder what's the rest of the iceberg, if that was the tip of the iceberg. I think it was a pretty decent tweet. Like, I don't think it's gonna convince the people that have already made up this mind about the situation, but I think it's going to put his community at ease who've had questions. And I mean, I think I mentioned it earlier when Nuzagi was there.
Okay.
And the unfortunate thing about this situation, I mean, if there was more, seeing how some people that have come out, where the reception with the people that have come out, of course it's going to discourage anybody else who would have wanted to come out to do so. Like, I think half of the tweets that we were looking at, like, the reason why we archived this in my Discord server is because half of these tweets have been deleted now. Did you see the XQC tweet just now? No, I did not. No, I did not. Oh, 40 minutes ago. Oh my god, there's a Pokemon clip that we didn't see.
We could just get it over with, okay? Stop making me laugh. Stop laughing, because when you guys laugh, I laugh. Okay, it's okay. We can just get it out of the way, all right? Of course, before streaming today, I expected...
No, why did she take the soft voice? She's taking notes from the Stikuno trip. Dude, we watched an old clip of her and she did not used to speak like that. Now she speaks into this very quiet voice. Like, okay, chat. I mean, let's watch what Pokemon has to say about this.
A lot of people in the chat asking me to talk about the Saikuno situation. Oh my gosh, I was thinking about it. I was like, how can I say something that feels honest to me but doesn't get clipped out of context? I was really stressing about it. And then I realized, like, I'm stressing about it so much and Saikuno hasn't even said anything yet. And something about that, like, didn't really sit right with me. But I do want to reiterate, it's just so sad.
So
and
different.
disappointing how often
The
this
lashes,
kind
I
of thing
think,
seems to happen.
or eyeliner.
Like,
Is it her hair color?
This is so
It looks so different. Maybe it's her tan. Why does she sound like she's perma ASMR? Because her fans. Impies. It looks different, right? It's her hair maybe? Or tan? I don't know, she looks very different. Not the eyeliner, it's the tan, I think. Guys, look. Look. Oh. Oops. Look, it's so different. I think it's a tan skin. Now there's gonna be Pokemon in my recording. Lighting? Maybe she has like Leo light on.
And then she goes on, how often this happens?
Comes from people that you don't expect it to come from. And I think what I really want to say is I am just so sorry for all the hurt that's been caused to the victims, to our communities. I feel like I feel everyone's hurt and shock and confusion, and I'm right there with ya. I really try so hard to make my channel a safe space for everybody, and I really hope the people that do need to speak up will. And hopefully that's enough addressing it. But I do appreciate how kind everyone in the chat has been. So thank you so much for that.
I don't know how to feel about Pokimane. I don't hate her, but I don't like her. I actually used to like her, but lately I feel like something happened and she's disconnected.
I don't like her
but
ever
I don't
since
think,
she
like,
said
she's-
like, "Hello, Cat Dave." I don't like her ever since she said like, that's for like, she said something about rich people as if she wasn't rich, and then I was like, "Hey, you're not rich, sure." Oops. Wait, let me find the clip.
Do you think someday we'll have a revolution like that in America? Right? It's getting there, right?
We already have one.
Another one.
What's going on?
The wealth disparity is getting bad.
The wage gap, I hate that shit.
No, wealth disparity.
Wealth disparity.
Wage gap is like between men and women. Men and women, we love each other.
Facts.
And we hate the rich. Anyways. Too much.
Aren't you the rich?
No! Like the ultra rich, the ultra giga rich, the
You have to
unnecessarily
clarify.
rich.
They're gonna clip that and it's gonna make you look bad.
Oh.
You
the
gotta
ultra
say
giga
you gotta
rich.
say the billionaires.
The billionaires.
Because you are rich.
The Bezos.
You can't be saying that.
I am. I'm rich in friendship.
Yes.
I saw she made a line of cookies and
talked about
hi, Amy Robinson.
Criminal?
That's for my slop time. Talk drama slop.
No, she's not doing some.
If you're poor for them, yeah. I hate that too, but I learned about that way later. Like after I learned about this clip, before that I liked her. Like maybe she's not for me. Content is geared toward, you know what I mean. Come on. And then I saw this clip and I saw people talk about it, and they brought the cookie clip up because I thought the cookie drama situation thing. I was thinking like, he probably pays a lot to make them awesome, and it will cost a price if you're especially making it a factory in another country. It would cost less, but if you make it in America, it's gonna cost more. And I was like, it could cost that much money. Like, I don't blame her for it to cost that much, and she has to make a profit off of them. But when I learned if you're too poor for them, don't buy that. Come on. I really interacted with her, but I think some of the takes from we're watching drama.
Something insane. She's just like cringe. But some people say that being cringe on the internet is your biggest crime. That was very awkward. Who are the victims in this case? Please elaborate on victims of what, Pokimane? Like, Susie's going so hard. Do we want to look at the retweets? Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know. Azar is like, so now are you not friends? Yeah, no, but that's true. They actually were not friends though. I don't know why she said that. Now, I did correct people because I knew that they weren't friends before. I was like, so when I saw that she tweeted that, I was like, that's so fucking weird. But I'm telling you, I think there's something wrong with this girl. Like, I'm sorry. Look, I don't want to discredit anybody or go to like ad hominem, but like she is coming off as a bin hera to me. Like I said earlier, like when you're a content creator, there's a lot of people that call you friend when you're not actually friends. Then why the hell would he go with her story if she's so unreliable? But you're saying this now after all of the information that we got on it. If you were in Mujin's case and somebody came to you with this story, how would you verify it? Like what let's think. What are the things you can do to verify somebody? Like stories. I guess well you ask for more evidence. You can I mean you don't need maybe to read her take on it word for word. You can add in your own opinion or your own framing to it, yada yada. But let's say it's like a random nobody. How do you even verify like their past or something? Does this girl even have like a big social media presence? Yeah, Rima, my best friend. Get everyone's point of view. You're gonna go ask Saikuno what he thinks of it? Like, hi Saikuno, what do you think about this? So he has time to prepare? Nah, I call bullshit on that. That's what people said about me, about the elephant thing. And that is dog water. That is how journal do it, because they have the resources to do it though. But their sources are protected as well. And they have programs that are not available to the public too, to do background checks. They have contacts with police, investigators. Like, these are big teams. I guess one of the things you can do is, ask them more total questions. Try to make them open up to you without putting them on the defensive. But Azahara, you would not even be able to do that. Like, buddy, I know you. You would do a worse fucking job. Might be the best Mujin could do is demand as much evidence and always be careful to stress that this is her perspective. Yes, I agree with that. Demand as much evidence as possible. Do the Louis Theroux strat in that documentary that we watch, where you need to have like these conversational skills where like you have to make your source not feel on defensive, comfortable enough to open up to you, but ask very sly questions to verify if they're telling you the truth. It's a very difficult thing to do. This is why I very rarely take tips. It's too much fucking work. It's way easier to just hop on a drama that somebody else broke. And then, this is why False was good at it. This is why False was good at what he did. And I guess I should have asked him how he did it before he left. I never got...
Oh, my display tablet is like out. I saw the N-word, but it was, I don't know. Oh no. Not working. I can't zoom in. No, don't tell me this is the day that it breaks. My HDMI cable is gone. Let me close it and open it. That will surely fix it. Six hours, yep.
The chance to do that. So that sucks. It is a learning experience. I mean, even for me seeing this unfold. Hey, you! Don't forget to like.
I will close the stream, guys, I think. Like, the other stuff are working. The undo button is working, but the zoom in, zoom out thing isn't working. I do. My pen is working. The other stuff are. Yep. Yep. Yep. Yep. Yep. Everything is working. Just not the full one. Longest stream by 8 minutes. Quit and restarted. It's not the Clip Studio. It's my tablet. I have here in blue. I mean, it's obviously not that, but thing I have in real life. Maybe it's like a shortcut thing. But I record, yes. What the? Not like this. Ah. Tablet is deciding the fate of the street now. Please, tablet, what should I do? Ah! Ah! Oh my god. Wait. God. My whole my whole screen flipped for a second. If I do this. Still not working. Tablet speaker? No. What if I do that? I think it just broke, guys. I think it died. How about I do? Okay, that works. Yep. Have to live like this now. So sad. The thing I used the most died. Now it's not working. I just used another button for the zoom in, zoom out. Well. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here with me on the longest stream ever. Is it hard? No, it's not doing it. Like, I can touch it. Like, when I touch it, it shows what function it does on my... Wait, I'm gonna show you. Okay, look. Look, look, look. So this is my play, right? When I okay. When I do this, it shows what it's doing, like brush, eraser. And when I click this, it says page up, page down, zoom in, zoom out. But when I scroll it like a mouse wheel, it doesn't zoom in. Look. If we're at zoom right now still, and it's not like, and I can press it, but it's not working. This is the flip one. Zoom in, the new one I made for the button. But the scrolling one doesn't work because that's the one I used so like it's like clicking the middle of the mouse works, but when you scroll, it doesn't work. This is my mouse. Like it's supposed to do this, but there might a button to toggle. This is the button to toggle. It was literally working right until when I complained about it. Does it work on scrolling? It scrolls when I move my mouse. Sundara tablet. So weird. Guys, thank you for being here with me. Can you scroll on page? Yeah. Yeah, look. Scroller. Mouse scroller is working fine. Reset fixes it? Maybe. Goodbye, bye, bye. Thank you so much. So much, yes. Yeah, one last time, okay? Ta-da! Wait, let me open the other layers. There might be a button to change that scrolling. It is, bro. I'm showing you. That's what I tried to show you. This changes the scrolling. Look, when I'm at zoom in, it doesn't do it. It doesn't. Let's say another thing. It doesn't do that either. It doesn't do it. You're welcome, and thank you guys for being here for so long. Take care of yourselves. Go eat. I will. I know I will. The Lebkuchens weren't enough. And drink water. Be happy. Because I know I am ever since I took stream seriously. Oh, on my head. Tablet decided to stream late. I would still go on. But I'm really hungry and it's 6 hours. Enjoy? Yes, I will. Guys, so much. Bye bye, guys. I'll go rate someone, okay? Sussy's being sussy. Will die. Guys, I can move him. Gosh, I will eat you. Oops. Hey, there. Thanks, guys. Very soon you can have both little sussy and big sussy. Yay! Bye bye.